Start it over. New Boriqua Posse. No me grites que soy artista. Out now on all DSPs, GAHHDcast. No VS. Episode 192. I got the brother Boriqua Posse in the building. Legend.
Buenas tardes. We're here live.
30 years and counting.
Yes.
Ay.
Háblame nice.
All my house people, all my Latinos, all my Boricuas. I don't want to show y'all my dance moves,
Oh, shit.
because then y'all start copying my shit. New music. Who produces? You yourself?
Yeah.
Ooh!
This was done by Master Blaster Records. Yeah, this was done by Tony T.
Shout out Tony T. Shout out Master Blaster Records.
Yeah, no me grite was done by Tony T.
Shout out the Yonkers. Shout out the Bronx. Did I say the Yonkers? Shout out to Yonkers.
Yes, big shout out to the Yonkers, the
The Yonkers.
Cultural Foundation. Buenas tardes.
All the good people. Shout out to Jersey City. Straight Fuego Studios. Brother F. Shout out to BS visiting his daughter for her birthday. Happy birthday. Xiomara Brett, baby. Listen to the Latin guitar go crazy. We got a lot to get to. I'm just vibing out right now. I shouldn't have smoked.
What's up, y'all?
GAHHDcast 192. Let me fade myself out. Over here, faded. Boriqua Posse in the building.
Buenas tardes, mi hermanito. Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon, my brother. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me here.
The 30-year legend, 30 years and counting. Shout out to that. Make some noise to that.
Yes, 30 years, 30 years, 30 years.
30 wonderful years.
It's been beautiful. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a beautiful 30 years. I'm not even going to lie.
A beautiful ride, right?
Yeah, the only uncomfortable part was the weight gain.
That's life,
that's
brother.
about it.
That's life. You still look good. You still move well. You're still making music.
I can still make these young guys respect me.
Damn right. I seen you last week on stage in Jersey City, Persian Field, freestyling the Heights.
Yes.
And
Big
you
shout out
tore
to
it down.
community board first from Jersey City.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a great turnout in the park. Over 5,000 people showed up to that.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
They had a head count.
It looked like that, actually.
Yeah, because you got to remember that you had people that were at the carnival park.
Right.
Getting food and all that, but once everybody came back, eso estaba lleno.
I love that the carnival was there, and like as y'all performing, you see
you can see it in the background.
The lights in the background, the carnival lights and all that stuff, the rides. I thought that should look beautiful, bro. Had they moved the stage just a little bit, like
on a different angle,
yeah, the camera work would have been exquisite.
You know who does it like that too? Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I performed in Boston, Mass, about 4 years ago, and they have a big carnival. But the carnival, you're on an open platform stage like that that's ovalized with steps, but you have the carnival to the left. So when everybody's on this side,
right?
So the camera shot
it shoots
the
dope,
carnival
especially
right
at night with them rides and stuff. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to all the Boricuas out there. Shout out to all my people in Springfield, Massachusetts. I love you.
All my people in Holyoke, Mass.
Holyoke, yes.
A lot of Boricuas in Holyoke.
My grandmother was out there,
Bronx.
bro. Rest in peace.
I did a show there like in '97. It was me, the Medembooty Girls. That's an old. Very few people remember that group.
I don't.
Yeah, it was five beautiful ladies. They were from different countries. They were called the Medembooty Girls. They sang merengue. And they always had their booty out. That's what they call the Booty Girls. Yeah, it was a crazy show.
Well, next time you go out to Boston or Holyoke, holla at your boy, man. I'd love to go out there.
Yeah, I know. I love Boston.
And see the fam and shit. I'm talking shit because I should just go out there and see the fam.
I might be there in their Puerto Rican parade next year.
Yeah. We out.
Yeah, they hit me up for that.
We out. Anthony, excuse me, pardon me, Boriqua Posse.
No, I'm Anthony.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
I'm only Boriqua Posse when I'm performing on stage.
On the stage. I remember you told me that.
Yes.
And I want to respect that, man. But shout out to you, brother. Before you got into music, as I read your bio, right? I saw that you were into a bunch of other stuff. So before we get into the music, because I know we're going to be in the music for a while, talk to me about all your other skills. I have you listed as being a barber, a chef, a welder, and a tattoo artist. So right here it tells me you like to work with your hands from this list.
I like to work with my hands doing those things, and when people get out of line, I like to work with these hands.
With lightning and thunder.
Either way, I work with my hands.
What were you first? What was the first
to be honest
endeavor?
with you, I did a lot of other things that we won't talk about, but I will tell you that, after high school, I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I come from a family of cooks. My whole family, they just told me, mira, go cook. And I'm like, what am I gonna cook? They're gonna, well, if you don't want to eat, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. You gotta
So I
start creating.
cooked my first rice and beans. Yo quemé el arroz. I made the pegado tu pegado. I did not mess up the beans though. And everything else came out fine. But after that one time, I was about 10 years old. After that, it was. I've never messed up any food ever since.
I think good beans will cover up some burnt rice.
Yeah, but you know what you got to do for all the people that don't know, when you cook rice and you burn it, all you got to do is take raw onion and just put it in the pot and close it. The onion soaks up the smell.
Of the burnt.
Little
chef secret from Boriqua Posse. Everybody make sure you...
Everybody knows. Oh, you know who knows
I
that
don't know
shit?
That shit.
La vieja. Todas las viejas. All the older ladies, they know
grandmas,
that.
Yeah.
Una cebolla.
They are the best cooks. And I don't know anybody who doesn't think their grandmother is the best cook.
Man, listen. My grandmother was an amazing cook. The only thing is, after she lost her 2 legs, it was kind of hard for her to go and actually cook.
Right.
But before that, man, listen,
Grandma's always got the touch, bro.
Yeah, I got a lot of stretch marks from her.
Shout out to
I'm going to blame them on her.
Hey, and she'll be okay with that.
I'm going to blame them shits
Grandma will
on
be
her.
like, yeah, it's okay.
Pero el que tiene la culpa de verdad es White Castle. Ese es el que tiene la culpa.
The murder burgers.
Listen, I love those. I normally eat those. Like when I was dating, I would eat those on a date. Yeah, and depending how the date was, you'd find out.
I was going to say, that's a dangerous...
No, if the date was horrible, you'd know.
That's a dangerous activity.
Smell it.
Right
You
there.
smell the situation at the table. I got to go.
I need to go. I feel like you got to be drunk to enjoy White Castle.
Never.
No?
Sober as hell.
Sober is better?
Listen, White Castle's a White Castle. Anybody from New York knows 2 things. White Castles and the pizza in New York. You cannot compare.
Some people say Jersey got better pizza.
Nah. I'm sorry. Jersey got good pizza.
Not to start the pizza wars.
Jersey got good pizza. Boston does not have good pizza. Chicago does not have good pizza.
Okay, a lot of people argue that.
Nah, listen, I've done a few shows in Chicago, and I went to one of their most famous, I'm not going to say the name of it, but I went to their most famous pizza place.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed.
Did you get Chicago-style pizza?
I was in Chicago. There was no other style I could have gotten.
and it didn't live up to par, really?
Nah.
Damn, I've been to Chicago. I think I forgot to eat the pizza, though.
I was very disappointed. We wound up getting pizza from a little local spot, and it wound up being better than from the big name spot.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Let me tell you.
Mom and pops
why, right?
are the shit.
Somebody in the family member, one of the family members that was responsible for the cooking passes away.
Yeah.
And whoever you put to replace them, even though if you have a recipe, they still mess up something.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
Love is an often forgotten factor in cooking, bro. You got to have the love for it.
No, you got to be hungry.
También.
No, you got to be hungry. You go in the kitchen hungry, your food comes out real good. You go in the kitchen a little full, you be like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to make this shit real quick. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make?
Honestly, I cook so many things, I don't have a favorite.
If you had a rush, like, I don't know, you got 10 minutes to make something.
10 minutes, there's not really anything that you can make for 10 minutes that's going to really sustain you.
Un huevo frito.
Un huevo frito ahí with white rice. They say that's called the cabrón dinner.
You know, we've spoken about that here, and I refuse to eat that dinner.
The cabrón dinner, and corned beef and white rice is another cabrón dinner.
I'll do corned beef and white rice.
Yeah, y aguanta el cuerno también, because that's what that's for.
The egg and the rice, to me, that's
egg and rice and ketchup. That's that
I'm broke. I'm broke
We
meal.
don't got the coupones till next week, so this is what we're eating this week.
Yeah. That's why I don't eat
have a
it.
problem with it.
No, that's why I don't eat
on
it.
that.
No. It takes me back to that.
And I
refuse to
I
do
grew
that.
up on the I wish sandwich.
Oh hell yeah!
Bread with
A
mayonnaise
wish sandwich.
And wish for the fucking
I
rest.
wish I had some meat.
Yes, wish for the rest.
So we've walked down similar paths.
Yes.
Shout out to anybody out there who's ever had a wish sandwich.
Yes, and
shout out to anybody who had a fried egg with some white rice. Shout out to my cousin Marty who loves that shit. Shout out to my cousin Marty who used to eat cheese whiz and rice, and that was
Plátano
it.
maduro with eggs in the morning in Puerto Rico. That was breakfast.
A plátano maduro with eggs? I'll do that.
Eggs, bro. Tried it.
I'll do that.
Try it.
No. I'll accept
Your
that.
stretch marks will thank me later.
I'll accept. Oh shit.
Yes.
The diet continues.
Se jodió la dieta.
The only brother on a diet
You
for
can
3
look
years.
at me and
Ain't
tell
no
que la
problem with that.
dieta se jodió hace tiempo.
Nah, it's all good. Then we was talking before the show about shit we don't eat, and along with fried eggs and white rice, what we was talking about, orejitas.
Yeah, I will not
Pig
eat
ears.
Pig ears.
My
pig
mom
feet.
used to make that.
None of
That's
that.
terrible. Pig feet.
Nah,
also
I'm good.
Terrible.
Nah, I don't even like the way it
Disgusting.
smells when you're cooking it.
Yeah.
I cooked it for people before. I'll cook all that nasty shit. I just won't eat it.
Nah, I won't eat it.
I
either.
won't eat it. I'm sorry.
Morcillas? You said
I
yes
will
or no?
not eat morcilla.
No, I'll take down a morcilla.
My sister can eat all the morcilla she wants, but I will not eat one piece of it.
I'll fuck with it.
Ni un pedacito, ni entero, ni largo.
¿Qué
None of
más
it.
era?
I don't want none of it.
The tail. You said negative to the tail.
Negative to the pigtail.
I'll vote yes to the. Oh wait, the pigtail. No, I'm talking about oxtail.
No, oxtail, yes. Oxtail.
Wait, people eat the pigtail?
Yes, in Puerto Rico, you eat the whole
Isn't
damn
that
pig.
shit like little?
Yeah, it's like a little. It's like a
Oh,
little
they
French
fry it
fry.
up probably?
Yeah, it's like a little-
Hell no.
Smelling like
no,
ass.
I was talking about the oxtail.
Nah, listen, en Puerto Rico se comen el puerco entero.
Oh, I never even thought of that. No, fuck out of here, bro.
Some people say it's good too.
Nah. I ain't fucking with it.
Yeah, the nose,
También.
all of it, bro.
The snout.
En Puerto Rico se lo comen entero. Everything. Ugh.
Shout out to Puerto Rico. I'm dying to go back. I was 5 seconds away from purchasing a ticket this week as I sat at work and just
tormenta.
contemplated my whole
tormenta.
existence. There's a storm out there now?
Nah, but the one from Florida affects flight.
it fucked it up, right?
Yeah, it affects everything.
I still might do it. But for later. Barber?
Yes, I graduated from Wilford Academy in the Bronx in '87. Wilford Academy doesn't even exist no more.
¿Qué era Wilford Academy?
It was like a beauty hair culture, and then Barbizon bought them out.
Okay.
That's why they had the Barbizon school. But what was interesting was they took Wilford Academy out of the concourse because it was on Fordham and the concourse. And then they bought out by Barbizon, and we were all expecting Barbizon to be there. Tampoco se fueron para el carajo, Manhattan.
Oh, shit.
Bigger volume.
And to be clear, you were born and raised in the Bronx?
No, I'm from Puerto Rico.
You were born in Puerto Rico. Where in Puerto Rico?
I'm from Rio Piedra, Puerto Rico.
Rio Piedra. Yeah. Shout out to that. Yeah. And then you relocated to the Bronx.
Yes.
As a child?
Couldn't live over there. Where we're from is a little crazy over there. So
still?
Till this day. So they know that I wasn't going to do anything over there. I wasn't going to grow up to be anything over there. I was going to be like my uncles that are in Puerto Rico that are just slumming and bumming. I couldn't see that for me. My family couldn't see that for me either.
Right. Well, thank God.
So my aunt was like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
He's going to wind up with this one and that one and this one. And there's always some badass named Pito. So I didn't want to, they didn't want me with Pito hanging out.
Absolutely. Shout out to my grandma who used to call me Papito.
Yeah, well.
So then they were wise and they send you to the great lands of the Bronx.
I went to Brooklyn.
Oh, you went to Brooklyn?
Yeah, I went to Brooklyn first.
That's like Beverly Hills.
Nah, listen, when I came to Brooklyn in the 70s, it was different.
I can imagine.
It was different. It was very different.
And you were how old?
I was a kid.
5, 6?
Nah, I was about 8 years old when I came to New York. And Brooklyn was very different.
Of course.
Man, listen.
That was the violent crazy
when I
times.
was living in Brooklyn, the majority of the buildings were inexistent.
Abandoned and shit?
Yeah, and then a lot of warehouses that were on the strip of Broadway Ave were all messed up. And I used to live on Knickerbocker and Hancock Street in Brooklyn, and I would go visit my cousin who lived on Ashford and New Lots, which is like on the other side of Brooklyn. And I would walk. I would walk that whole strip at night.
Aye.
And every other block, you see the barrels with the bums, with the wood burning. And I learned you can live anywhere as long as you mind your business.
Right.
So I saw them, they saw me. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
I got nothing to say to you. You got nothing to say to me. And I was a kid by myself doing it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Exploring good old Brooklyn.
Yep. And then I got tired of Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn gave me a taste that I didn't want. So I moved to the Bronx, and I did not leave the Bronx. I fell in love with the city of the Bronx. Never. And if you ask me, I'm a Brooklyn Bronx boy, but I'm more Bronx guy than I am a Brooklyn. All my career and everything started in the Bronx. So the Bronx is, for me, is more special than Brooklyn. All my family is in Brooklyn right now as we speak and from Brooklyn.
Right.
But my heart belongs to the Bronx.
Shout out to that.
So all my people that are from Brooklyn that are looking at me right now on my Facebook Live, like,
Traitor.
No, I love the city of Brooklyn, but I did everything that I wanted in the Bronx. I wasn't going to achieve it in Brooklyn.
You, what's it called? Like you evolved in the Bronx, or you?
Yeah, no, everything happened for me in the Bronx. Nothing was happening for me in Brooklyn. Nothing. As soon as I moved to the Bronx, not even 3 months later.
And how old were you when you moved to the Bronx?
14.
Okay, so now you're
as soon as I hit Fordham in the Grand Concourse, I said, "This is it right here." And then I wound up living like in Little Italy area, and that was an experience because the Italians did not want us in that area.
Of course not.
So I used to live on Beaumont and 187th Street, and Arthur Avenue, which is only like 4 blocks over. We, the Boriquas, were not allowed to go into that area, not even to buy stuff. So, because at that time, there was a lot of vandalism with the graffiti, and the Italians don't play that. They don't play that. You're not going to destroy our business. And I respect that.
Right.
But, you know, I went to the park one time just to hang out and got jumped. So, you know, when you look at little things like that, and I was like, that's because I didn't belong there.
Yeah.
So now to go to my school, okay, I had to cut through there.
Okay.
Through that area of Little Italy.
Right.
So I used to have to walk all the way to 183rd and Beaumont and walk all the way down to where St. Barnabas Hospital is. Make that right to go up to, I mean, it's a long walk.
To avoid going through.
Yeah, because you couldn't go through there. It was a guaranteed ass whooping, even if you weren't doing anything wrong.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I ain't messing with them people. They hit hard.
That's like a Bronx tale shit.
No, the Italians, Italian people have bats in their cars and they don't even play baseball. So I ain't messing with them.
No, you're the baseball.
Just the wrong color baseball. But
like you said though, you got to respect it, right? Because they're just protecting their land, their territory. They don't want to vandalize.
I put it to you like this. It was so bad that when, rest in peace to Kuriaki from Rocksteady Crew, when Kuriaki passed away and a couple other people, they did a mural on 187th Street in Cortona that got bombed by the Italians. They threw their colored paint on it, you know, just like get that shit out of here. And then this is our block now. Right. You know, but because we went into their park and did graffiti. Not me, but, you know, people did that. So they were like, oh, you're not going to enjoy that here. And it was crazy.
Yeah, and I dig it. Don't you know?
That's why I love the Bronx.
Bring your shit over here.
I went through all of that, but you still can't. I still cannot erase the fact that was an experience that I still enjoyed, even though I got my ass whipped. I could say I got my ass whipped in Little Italy.
Yeah.
In Italy? No, in the Bronx, Little Italy. But I still got my ass whipped in Little Italy. And then then you're like, I'd like to say 9 or 10 years later, it stopped.
Good.
It stopped.
Yeah. Well, society changed and matured finally.
It stopped, but by then, all the girls that I liked moved out.
Yeah.
They were Italian girls.
Wasted opportunities.
Yeah, they were Italian girls. You know, there's a couple of Italian girls that were like, they were with it, but they were like, you know, you're Puerto Rican, so you can't, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't allowed.
You couldn't fake the funk. You couldn't pass for Italian.
No, I'm too dark-skinned to pass off as an Italian, so no, it didn't work.
Even a Sicilian.
Not even a Sicilian. No, I needed to be darker to be Sicilian.
Shout out to all the Italians, bro. Shout out to
my Italian people. Listen, the biggest supporters of freestyle and house music happen to be the Italians. They are one of the biggest supporters. You know, back in the 80s, you used to see them in their Z-Rocks and their Camaros.
With the mullets.
Spring Love. And, you know, and they even try to get some of the hairdos, but their hair is too good.
Yeah.
That hairdo don't look good on
Hey, at least they tried, bro.
They tried. They were good. Listen.
I always feel like the down the shore in the 80s, yo, I feel like that shit was popping.
Oh, no, the shore was great in the 80s
all
and
the
early
Italians,
90s. Yes.
All the freestyle.
See, the clubbing experience now is not the same clubbing experience from when I was young.
Right.
When I was young, we all went dancing and we all went to go have a good time and
sweat.
see whose girlfriend we could steal, little stupid shit like that. Now it's like you got to go to the club and one of your people got to have something on them because you don't know how your night's gonna wind up.
Yeah.
You might dance with somebody by mistake that's married and her husband just happened to come in. Una mierda ahí. So now it's so different from back in the days.
Right,
back in the days, if you, hey, that's my girl. Sorry, you stop dancing with her. No problem. Now. Nah, man. Now it's like you got to explain why you dance
Everything
with her.
is disrespect, and they don't even want to hear the explanation. They're just ready to take action.
Then when you get outside, you know, you got that's a whole nother monkey outside. That's why the clubbing experience now.
It's trash.
I don't bother with it.
Not only that portion, but people don't even dance. They're so busy recording themselves, recording their sections.
This is the digital era.
Yeah, so it's not even
People don't
fun
even,
no more.
I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it even in movies that couples don't even talk to each other. They're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey.
At dinner or whatever, at the table.
You know, I love you too. You know, and that's now. That's now. Back in the days, there was none of that.
Yeah.
You know, back
You interacted.
Even when the first round of cell phones came out, a lot of guys used to beep themselves.
Yeah.
One of my boys used to beep himself.
To see him popping and
Yo,
shit.
nah, this girl just beat me. Ain't nobody beep his ugly ass, but somebody
That's
beat me.
old school shit. If you remember beepers and beeping yourself or beeper
Man,
codes and
I used to beat
hidden
myself.
beeper
I
messages.
used to beat myself to get out of dates.
Something like that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, my aunt just beat me.
Oh, 911.
Yeah, she said, I think I fish drowned.
Yeah.
I fish drowned.
Yeah.
He's floating at the top. That nigga drowned.
She needs my help.
He drowned. I'm telling you, he's at the top floating.
Yeah. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to everybody who had to use excuses to get out of dates.
Oh, I love using excuses to get out of dates. All I got to see is a mustache, and I'm out.
Oof.
Yeah, mustache. I see a little lump. I'll be like, show me some old photos.
Some child
from your phone.
pictures.
I want to see photos that are old with your mother and the parakeet in the back and the German Shepherd that just happened to be walking by. I want to see those pictures.
Yeah. You need evidence.
I want to see how long you've had that mustache and the origin of the mustache. I need to know all that.
But I feel like if you're on the date, you already you late. You should have seen the mustache. Oh, is that the
out
filter?
of all the apps
Take
that
out the
are,
mustache.
you know, there's like 1,000,001 apps now. I would like to create a dating app. Called No She Didn't. So now the app is designed so that you, the dating party, right? You're on Facebook. The person you're gonna date's on Facebook. You download the app. It's in your phone. So the phone app sends you a small earpiece that you put in your ear. And what the app does is the app goes and screens everything you've done on social media for years and does a summary of who you are. So when you go out on a date with the girl and you be like, so you go out on a lot of dates? Nah, I don't really go out on too many dates because, you know, I work a lot, you know, and I'm responsible. I have a career, you know, and then you get a little beep in your ear.
You get the
No, she didn't. This bitch be lying. She was dropping it like it's hot last year in Atlantic City.
That bitch hasn't had a job in 3 years.
She went to Black Bike Week. So you already know what happened when she went over there.
Nobody steal this idea, please.
No, don't steal my idea, please. But steal it.
But if you steal it, throw something.
Yeah, throw me something. My Cash App is Mándame Algo.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, my Cash App is #Mándame Algo. Stop the shit.
Por favor. How about tattoo artists? How many people can say they have a tattoo by Boriqua Posse?
Clear Touch from the freestyle group, Clear Touch. Angel from Clear Touch, I've tattooed him. I've tattooed a few rappers that I cannot mention, unfortunately, for, you know,
shout out to Clear Touch. They were in Jersey City too.
Yeah, no, a big shout out to Angel, Casey, and John. I've been Angel from Clear Touch. Me and him have been friends. I like to say 28 years.
Shout out to that, bro.
Yeah, so we've been friends a very long time. We both came into the game as knuckleheads, and we both seen each other grow up to be like grown men. Like I only have one kid.
Yeah.
You know, this Angel's a stud. He got he got like 14 kids.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he got a football team. Mess with one and you get jumped.
Hell no!
Yeah.
God bless you, Angel,
man.
and God bless your children.
He's Puerto Rican and hamster.
God damn, for real. He has them.
Puerto Rican and
They
hamster.
come out 6 at a time.
Man, I don't know, man. The dirty dozen. Yeah.
Yo, that scares me, bro.
No, it would be. Listen, I wouldn't want 14 kids in my house. But for the food stamps, I would want 14 kids in my house the way they are now.
I'm gonna be eating, coño.
Nacho.
I always said if I hit the lotto, I'll have more children, but I want them to each be different race.
different race
Yeah,
children.
like I want a Chinese one and a Japanese and a Puerto Rican and a Dominican.
I know why.
Yeah.
I know why. I want to eat some Spanish food, so you get the little Puerto Rican on
No.
that. Go make me some Spanish food. I got a little crink in my shoulder. Hey, you bring your Chinese ass over
No,
here.
no,
and
the
massage
plan
your
is
shoulder.
more wicked. Look at this. They're all going to be politicians. And when they grow up, they're all going to be like presidents and shit. So I'm a low-key rule the world, but everybody won't know.
Nice.
I just got to hit the lotto first, so don't steal my plan either.
Listen, Lotto is not designed for Puerto Ricans to hit.
Hell no.
Not Lotto, not Mega Million, Mega Pendejo, all that shit. Listen, it's always some rich white, and no offense to the
Suburb.
white, but somebody rich that lives in the suburbs.
Yeah,
and
that don't need it,
They don't
bro.
even need it. They're 96 years old, and they just hit the $240 million. What are they going to get? Solid gold dentures? Like,
Yeah, they look at it like,
you're going to hit the Mega
more
Million.
pocket change.
You're going to hit the Mega Million, and you're 78 years old, and what are you going to do with that money? Nothing. Not a
do
damn.
shit.
Let me get it.
That's not even.
Let me get it, 'cause listen.
That's a drop in their bucket. But if
See-
you give it to me, world domination. You see the difference
I'll make businesses that are necessary.
for the community.
Listen, anybody looking to make a business, remember, these are the businesses that do not fail. Barbershop, laundromats,
Laundromat. Yep.
and the childcare.
And
Childcare, though, is a little tricky because you don't know who you're dealing with, so I'd rather go with the first two.
and don't forget waste removal.
You know? I ain't dealing with that part. But like these two parts right here, the barbershop and the during
laundry?
COVID, people were paying $60, $70 to get a haircut.
Oh hell yeah! The barbers are smart because then they never dropped it back to pre-COVID.
Nah.
They kept it up there at 50, 60, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Patterson, New Jersey, and you can't get a haircut for less than $40,
Yeah,
$30,
that's
$40.
crazy, bro.
And then the barber, like, if you don't know him, there's a good chance you're gonna walk out of there looking like a coco. You know, when they take the coconuts in Puerto Rico and meten un machetazo.
Oh fuck!
All you need is a fucking straw sticking out of the back of your damn head.
Yeah, I come from $3 shape ups and $5 haircuts, guys.
I've never
Y'all are raping
seen
me.
a $3 shape up or $5 haircut.
Yeah,
Where
I'm talking about 1993.
Where?
In the homie's house.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Yeah, but he was nice. He was good with it.
Listen.
But now, shape up $25, $30, haircut $30, $40, $50.
Because you have a beard. That's why.
And I also have a big
more.
head, so they charge me double.
Nah, they don't listen. I got a bigger forehead than you, and I got that's probably I get charged less. I think I don't really have no hair, bald-headed ass, so they probably charge me less.
See, they charge me double because I wear a size 8 fitted.
No, and then you got
Motherfucker.
the beard thing, you know.
Yeah. I got to cover up, you know.
I don't grow facial hair, so I've never paid more than I have to.
Lucky man. Lucky
No,
man.
no.
But shout out to the
I always
barbers.
wanted like a little, you know.
They got the
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Beijing.
Nah, the spray thing.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing
Nah,
that.
I'm not doing
Because
that
it's
either.
like an off color. It's like an offset.
It's
color.
too black.
Yeah, it's too black or
It's too black. It looks-
it's too black or it's too opaque. Like I ain't doing that.
It's very obvious.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm about to get one of the man units that they be gluing on and shit like that and just shave it.
And
Nah, I ain't doing that.
The beard weave.
I'm not doing the beard weave. I'm sorry, I didn't grow it.
Yo, that's funny because when I was coming here before I came here today, I was on Instagram and they had an ad for like a wig, like
yeah, a unit.
dreadlock
They
wigs.
call man units.
and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get that shit for Halloween. I'm gonna fuck everybody up. I'm gonna just pop out with braids one day.
Yeah, what they do for that, because you have hair, is they put a sock on you and
Yeah,
they put the glue on
and
top
some
of the
glue,
sock.
right?
Yeah, they put the glue on top of the sock. And yeah.
I'm gonna be Brother F for Halloween.
I
I'm gonna
was
pop out with
honestly, I was
dreads.
like, yo, maybe I can get something to cover the entradas right here. And I was like, nah, this is a Quiñones thing, so I'm gonna leave it alone. The majority of the Quiñones have this.
Yo, whatever God did, he did it for a reason, Papa.
Yeah, no, yeah. All the Quiñones have this.
The
La
¿Cómo se
entrada.
llaman?
Entrada.
Oh.
Yeah, we all have that.
What was I thinking of? Cuernos.
No, those are over here. Those are above your eyes, so you can see them. So you can be like, remind yourself how fucking stupid you were when you look at them.
The devil horns.
Yeah, cuando tú eres un cuerno, your cuernos ain't up here. Your
Nah,
cuernos are right
they're
here.
closer
so
to
you
the
could, yeah,
vision.
so you can see them. She should be like, qué fucking estúpido. Yo he sido toda esta vida, qué cabrón. Yeah, so that's what.
Ay. Shout out to that though, man. We all go through
The
our
tattoo
bullshit, right?
artist thing.
Yes.
I had
How long did you do that for?
About 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I stopped.
Could you do a tattoo today?
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have enough. Listen, I have enough equipment right now for about 4 people.
For 4?
For 4 people.
Oh, for 4 artists.
Yeah, I have enough
okay.
equipment for 4
Damn.
artists. But
in the crib?
in my house.
At home? Waldao and shit?
In my house, in my living room. I just don't, like, I have a few clients that still hit me up. They want tattoo work done, but they want to get tattoo work at the wrong time of the year.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Why is that bad? Because of the
because of the
sunlight?
healing process.
Okay.
You know, you don't get tatted in the summer, so you have to cover them up.
Okay.
So sunlight is your enemy. You can't get in
Water.
the pool. Chlorine is your enemy. You can take a shower, but you can't get in contact with chlorine. You know, women like to use perfumito. You can't use none of that. No scented lotions. You know, all these things affect the tattoo. So they want them in the summer. And I'm like, why don't you hit me up in the winter?
By the summer, it's healed and beautiful.
Because in the winter, that's when I couldn't appreciate it financially. In the summer, I'm busy.
Oh, true, because you're out.
Yeah, because I'm out. But in the winter
shows.
time, hit me up then for the tattoo work. You know, but graciously speaking, I haven't tattooed in a while. I honestly, I don't want to put a tattoo shop in Patterson.
You live in Patterson now?
I live in Patterson.
Okay, shout out to P-Town.
Yeah, big shout out to Patterson, New Jersey, who does nothing for the communities out there. They don't even have a Puerto Rican Day parade.
They have parades, though.
Yeah, they have the Peruvian one. It's like the largest parade in Jersey, the
Right,
Peruvian
right.
one.
And I
they
think
used to have a
that
Puerto
went
Rican
down.
one. They used to have one, and I performed in two of them. One year with Frankie Negron, and the other year with Brenda K. Starr. So they do have one in Patterson, but they stopped doing it because this is like something that I tell people all the time. If you want something to happen, you got to make it happen. How? Making yourself be heard. So now the Puerto Rican community in Patterson is content not having one. Okay. So the community board's like, y'all don't want one?
Yeah, if y'all good, we good.
We good. We have less responsibility to cover.
Right.
But, you know, Patterson is trying to rekindle a Puerto Rican Day parade. I was supposed to go to a rally yesterday.
Right.
But I wasn't feeling up to it yesterday morning. But yeah, because I have a lot of people that don't know me. I have epilepsy. Okay. I'm one of the few epileptic performers that gets on stage.
Right, because the lights usually
fear free
should fuck you up.
Fear free. I know it can happen.
Right.
But
you gotta. The love of the stage prevails.
Listen, when you see your phone and it says deposit entered. Mira, tú no eres epiléptico, tú no eres asmático, your back don't hurt, your knees don't hurt. I got a show to go do.
Fresh and new.
You know
and
why? Because
ready.
on the other piece of paper, you're looking at PSCNG.
Yeah.
Mira que hijo la gran puta. They charge me all this light. Damn. So, yeah, you go out and you do your show.
Yeah,
I've done shows. My friend Jose is here with me. Big shout out to my friend
Big
Jose
shout out to
Aponte.
Jose, yes.
Jose has gone with me to shows when I told him I don't feel well. And I still do these shows.
Right.
And I still do them because I take it serious.
Right.
I take it more serious than a lot of other people do.
Yeah, it's a responsibility.
It's not so much the responsibility as
well,
your name.
to uphold your
You
commitment.
Yeah. Listen, if you got into this business to find a day off, quit.
Wrong business.
Quit.
Yeah.
There is no days off in this. Sometimes I want to sit at home and not think music. And then I start watching something on Netflix and music.
Or you know what I love? Scores, right? Movie scores. So they'll hit a 2-note string in the middle of a cry and you'll be like, oh shit, that's it. If somebody takes that and flips it, it does.
Yeah.
The mind never stops working when it's music, like musically influenced, right?
Yeah, no, it's like sometimes I send Jose clips and cuts 2-3 in the morning. He won't hear them at that time, but yeah, I'm always constantly.
Tell me that's not the worst feeling as an artist and as a creator that you create something and it happens to be 2:47 a.m. and you got the energy of the creation, so you're like, fuck, this shit is dope. You're hearing it over and over. You're probably dancing around and shit. And then you send it to people, but everybody else is sleeping. So you're like, motherfucker.
Well, actually,
only I can
I
enjoy
have,
it.
like one of my best friends, her name is Nikki, that we're friends from Brooklyn since for a long time. She's always up.
Oh,
like
so you
that.
have somebody up.
I have like
Thank
a couple
God.
of people, that I can bother at 3 in the morning and send them some shit. And they'll even wake
and get
up.
a reaction.
They'll even wake up.
Yeah.
Like my best friend Nikki, she'll even wake up. She'll be like, he sent me something. Let me listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm going back to sleep, bestie. I heard it. It was hot. I'm going to sleep.
But at least you get something back.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Shout out to her. And shout out to the brother Jose in the building. Where were we? The tattoos? Oh, I had to ask you something about a tattoo. Fuck. You said you could do them,
But I don't.
but you don't, and you did them for 14 years. Have you ever given yourself a tattoo?
Yeah, I do. I do actually. Right there, my Brahma bull.
Aha.
And then I did a dream catcher with my grandmother's initial right there.
Oh, okay.
I'm right-handed,
Right.
so for me this is nothing to work on my
Okay.
left. You know, and then part of my Hellraiser, except for the back part of the Hellraiser, but the whole front, yeah.
Okay, so 2 questions. Obviously, if you're a tattooist, you're into drawing and creating.
Mm-hmm.
So do you do other mediums like paintings or
No,
anything
I don't.
like that?
I don't do no paintings and stuff like that. I put down my sketchbook a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I put down my sketchbook a very long time. Once I saw that the city of Patterson was not a city for me to make money tattooing, I put my sketchbook down. But because when I was living in the Bronx, I did so much tattoo work in the Bronx, and I used to do house calls. I used to do tattoo parties.
Okay.
And that's where my money was.
Right.
Because I had a minimum, and if you didn't meet my minimum, I wouldn't even go to your house.
Right.
So I had a minimum for tattoo parties, but I used to throw a tattoo party 2 times every week.
No shit.
So there was times where I even turned down a couple of shows performing because I was going to make more money
At the
tattooing.
tattoo party. Ah.
You know, I used to have $8,000 weekends
Right.
tattooing.
Wow.
I wasn't going to have an $8,000 weekend performing.
Right.
I was
Dang.
not. So well, most probably like, you know what? ¿Qué me conviene? Este o este. Now, the show was very important. I would cancel the tattoo.
Right.
There were shows like Puerto Rican Parade. I don't care who you are. You're not getting tatted on that day.
Right.
My birthday, you're not getting worked on.
Right. When's your birthday?
August 18.
Okay.
I'm a Leo.
Leo.
So on that day, nothing happening. I don't even take a show on my birthday unless I really have to.
Yeah.
Like Jersey City Puerto Rican Day Parade is always like, the festival is always the 18th or the 19th of August.
Right.
Always. So I'll do that only because of my relationship with Jersey City. I have a great relationship with Jersey City. So yo no le quedo mal a Jersey City.
Right.
But any other city in Jersey, yeah, yo te quedo mal. If I have to do something else, yeah, yo te voy a quedar mal.
Right. For that day at
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already had a few experiences with some of the cities in New Jersey that ain't shit. Listen, a lot of people like me, a lot of people don't like me. One thing you're going to do is respect me because I'm going to tell you exactly how it is.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're full of shit, you're full of shit. You don't have to like me.
As it should be.
You don't
yeah.
have to like me. You don't, but you have to respect me.
Yep.
Look, I'm a senior citizen. I'm a 57-year-old man. Once you're 55, you're considered a senior.
Is that true?
55 and you don't see the commercials? 55 and older. 55 and older.
No, damn, I
Yeah.
thought it was 65 and older.
Nah, some of them are 55 and older. I get a discount in theater. I never asked for one. I don't go to theater
No
anyway.
shit.
But yeah, I get a discount in theater, you know.
That's bugged out, bro.
And you know, so one of the advantages of being a man this age and the dating game, if you do anything wrong to me, I'll have you arrested for senior citizen abuse. I just don't throw that out there.
There you go. So
Respeta.
take that as a
Respeta a los
warning.
viejitos, puñeta. I'll get you.
No, God bless that, man.
I get you. I mean, the
57 years
court
old.
holler, Your Honor, she's trying to kill me with the pussy. She's trying to kill me with that shit. Yeah.
She knew.
She quit wearing pum pum shorts, dropping pennies on the floor, bending over slow. She's trying to kill me. Yeah, I make
My heart can't take
Yeah, I'm telling you, my eyes can take it, but my heart can't.
So the follow-up question number 2. Now that I see the Hellraiser tattoo, are you heavy into horror?
I'm
shit?
a horror buff.
Is he your favorite?
He is one of my favorites. Hellraiser is my favorite because he is the most diabolical mental fuck there is. Verbally.
Right. Yeah. He'll talk to you.
Don't watch
talk to you.
Hellraiser if you're not ready. He has a verbal thing that's amazing.
And how many Hellraisers were there?
8.
8 now?
8. But 4 of them were not with Doug Bradley's. They were with somebody else. So they're not the same. When you change the main actor,
Yeah,
they
you
quita
fuck
sabor.
up the,
It's like when you
the
change,
franchise.
like when they changed Freddy. No, Robert Englund was the best Freddy.
Yeah. That new guy
Best
was
Fred-
trash.
He didn't have.
That's why he only made the one.
Yeah, he didn't have Robert Englund's style at all.
His charisma and shit. Freddie was the one
He had a sense of humor
that'll
that was
crack a
different.
joke before he'll kill you and
Yeah,
shit.
his sense of humor was very different.
That's what made him dope, man. He had the one-liners. He had
He's
the
the
wit.
king of one-liners.
Yeah.
You know? And then Hellraiser is the king of many one-liners.
Strung together.
Oh my God.
What
Yeah.
fuck. What did you think of when Freddie fought Jason?
To be honest with you,
Because as a fan, I feel like we waited for that moment.
Freddy versus Jason, I didn't really feel it.
No?
Nah, not from a person that likes horror and gore. I like horror gore.
Yeah, it was more like
Nah.
a teen
It
horror.
was just like a little scary. It was
Yeah.
like those drinks that you see at the supermarkets here in New Jersey that say a hint of lemon. That was a hint of horror.
Yeah.
It's a little hint, un toquecito ahí.
Do you think that the right director could remake that idea into something
The
phenomenal?
only way that movie will work is if you put fucking Robert Englund in it.
Robert Englund's still alive, right?
Yes, the hell he is.
Pero está viejito, but he can
It
still do
doesn't
the
matter.
voice and
He's
shit.
still doing a lot of underground. If you go online, he does a lot of underground B-rated movies.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of them. Yeah.
I was watching some shit yesterday about V. You remember V? The Alien series?
Yeah.
And he was in it. He was like the little goofy sidekick or whatever.
Yeah.
And, he ended up being Freddy. I always thought that was dope.
Yeah, no, let me tell you, when it comes to horror movies,
Do you think
I love
there are any quality horror movies that come out now? Because I feel like now they're either teen
you got to remember
focused or
the times have changed.
absolutely.
So, I'll give you an example. When The Exorcist came out, they had a sign in front of the movie theater that said, if you have a bad heart or you have a problem with seeing things that are too gory, this is not a film for you.
Yeah.
And in all theaters in New York City, when that movie came out, they had an RPN in every movie theater in case somebody like caught a seizure or something like
And
that.
the original Exorcist was what, 78, 79?
Around there.
Right?
And that is the scariest. That's the only movie that I can say scared me.
Do you still watch it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, because some people be like, that just scared me. I'll never watch it again.
See, as an adult, I ain't worried about it because
You know
I
what
ain't
scared
worried
the
about
shit out of me? Final Destination.
Final Destination, that's a joke.
Yeah, I came out the theater
That's a
looking
joke.
at everything like,
Final
this car's
Destination
gonna
is a joke.
hit me.
Nah.
It was the premise of it, I guess.
Yeah, it was more of a visual premise because it wasn't. For me,
Yeah.
that's like a joke for me.
You know what I fucked with? The 80s B horrors. Like a Camp Kill or some stupid shit like that.
I got a good one for you that you probably watched. That was all right. The Toxic Avenger.
Hell yeah, he was from New Jersey. That was Trauma Films. They did Romeo and Juliet too.
I would love to be in a horror film.
Do you think you could write one?
Write one?
Yeah.
I know I could.
Is that something on the to-do list? No?
Nah. To be honest with you, I'm currently just trying to release my book. I have a book that I am trying to release, but that's not horror. It's a true story, and I really, for me to get into that, I want to release that first.
Okay. And the book, can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
It's I believe written already.
It's written already.
Or in the process of being finalized.
No, it's already written, but it's in raw form right now.
Right, so it needs to go through editing.
It needs to be proofread, proofrewritten, and that's it. And then everything chaptered off.
And the book entails
True story.
From birth to now?
Yeah, it takes up all of my until about I would like to say 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From birth to 18?
Yeah, from young to 18, from about 5 to 18.
And what about from 18 to?
I haven't done that one yet.
That's the next one.
Yeah, that would be the next. That would be the final to that story.
And you plan on working on it?
I would like to do that. This book is called Behind Closed Doors.
Okay.
The other one would be called The Open Door.
But that one you're still writing because you're still.
Yeah. No,
creating
actually,
and-
that book is written already. It's ready.
It's ready too?
No, the new one, no. But the first one is
No,
already
the
ready.
first one I know.
That one's ready.
That one's ready. It just needs the final editing.
Yes, sir.
And then audiobook as well?
I don't know if I'm going to do audiobook, but now they have a system in place where if you wanted an audiobook, you actually don't even have to even do the audio yourself. They have an AI service now.
Right, and it could do it in every language for you.
You don't have to pay the service. That's it.
That's bugged out, man.
Everything is.
We are in the future.
We are in a digital era now where it's like, you know what? I don't feel like going on a date. Let me get this AI app real quick. Yeah, tell this bitch I don't want to go in my voice.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't go. I'm sick. I got a flu right now. I got COVID and a stroke.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Qué mal suerte.
Yeah, gacho, olvídate. Make up something on the fly real quick.
Shout out to AI though, man.
I got my period.
AI, damn.
Heavy flow.
If your AI tells your date you got your period, you should be like, damn, that's some bullshit. Heavy flow.
Heavy flow, yeah. The orange label. You get the green one, and then you got the orange label. The orange is for for super. Yeah, super flow.
Super flow with extended wings.
Yeah, no, I don't even know why they want
can
wings
fly
on
away.
it. Your shit can't fly nowhere. You're just trapped
It's just-
under the underwear.
it's
just
injured.
trapped. No freedom. Just sitting there stinking up the place. Nice.
With with the
I'm sorry.
with the
I'm
grandma
very graphic.
rolls.
I'm very
that's all
graphic.
good.
Yes, the grandma in Puerto Rican we call them blue mill.
But
Mira la pluma de Tia Carmen. There's always a Tia Carmen in your house that had the big ass panties.
Shout out to my
hanging
Tia Carmen.
in a damn shower, hanging up there. I was like, is that another curtain? That must be one of the kitchen curtains, the little curtains? Yeah, that's what that is. Mira, respeta que son los calzoncillos de tu tía. Them shits are big. I could parachute from the second floor to the grocery store.
That's the beach
downstairs.
towel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
big ass drawers.
But shout out to y'all, man.
And the fucking bata with the 6 pockets in the front.
Yo, I'm not even gonna
With
lie.
all the flowers all over it.
I'm not even gonna lie.
None
to
of
you,
the flowers
brother.
matched.
I like batas, yo.
I don't like batas.
I like
Them
batas.
shits is a nightmare. I'm gonna tell you why. I found out the hard way what my aunts were doing with those batas.
Do I want to know what they were doing?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a learning experience.
Let's see.
When you talk to me, it's a learning experience. Whether it's right or wrong, it's still a learning.
Yeah.
So, the pockets are, you have one pocket here, one here,
Uh,
right here. So it's 3 rows of pockets. So depending on the company would be depending on where my aunt's cities would be under the bata.
uh-huh.
So she would wear the bata inside out, with the pockets inside out. So
it will catch them?
no. If you were the landlord, them shits would be down here by the 6 pockets, down all the way at the bottom. If you were a good-looking guy, you should put them in the top pocket.
In the
up here
top
she could
so they'd be perky.
Yeah, so she could look perky.
Oh, so it was like
Yeah.
a system.
Yes. Push up, chicho, teta up here. Nice. You like that, right?
Depending on the viewer.
Depending on the man, because she was single.
The viewer, the one
Yeah.
that's going to see
So
it.
when the landlord came, she was always down here. So
Yeah,
I can't stand that motherfucker. So she had him down here.
Yeah.
But it was somebody young from Con Edison.
Yeah,
Con
yeah.
Edison used to come to your house in
Yeah,
New York
yeah.
to check the gas. Back in the days, they used to come to your apartments. Now they don't do that no more.
Now they
But
just
used
go to the
come-
meter.
Yeah,
or some
now they used to
shit.
come to your apartment. Like, ay, mira el de Con Edison. Espérate, me voy a poner la bata.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
top
it's just up
level,
here.
top level.
It's just all the way up here. Nasty ass. Ugh.
Bata science. You see, guys?
Tia Carmen,
That's
pórtate bien.
a learning experience.
My Aunt Carmen is right now on Facebook like, te hijo la gran puta. Wait till he comes over. I'm going to give him the saltiest alcapurria in the pot.
Yo, I fucking love alcapurrias.
Don't ever tell me. I make them shits.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
and
I'm
you're
going
the
to
chef,
have to
too.
listen. I'm going to have to come back the second time, right? When I come back,
Yes.
I'll bring something cooked. So
Yes,
you guys can
yes,
see.
yes, yes.
You
We
guys
love,
can see why I'm a problem in the kitchen. And I am responsible for all of my stretch marks.
There you go.
I can't blame them on nobody else.
And we will gladly accept all
Yes.
alcapurria donations.
Yes, alcapurria, papari. Anything Puerto Rican that's like a snack or whatever, I make. From piononos all the way up.
¿Qué son piononos?
Piononos son los plátanos maduros when they're real small and they put the cheese and the carne and it's little thing like that.
I think I've had that.
Yeah, they make those like at the, that's like a little bite like that. It's chiquitito, no es una cosa grande.
Have you performed in Puerto Rico?
No, never performed in Puerto Rico.
Not
I
yet.
can't fly.
Why?
I have epilepsy.
And that prevents you from flying?
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was a
didn't know that.
kid, when I was a kid, I guess it didn't really matter. Like I guess but as I got older, my epilepsy got worse. So it got to the point where my seizures progressed from regular epilepsy to grand mal seizures, which are the very violent ones. So I went from, having epilepsy with epileptic fits to going to grand mal seizures. And anybody that has epilepsy that has grand mal seizures knows it comes with several things. It comes with depression, okay? And it also comes with very hallucinatory visions of things. So
While it's happening?
while it's happening and afterwards.
also after?
Yeah, it's happened where I've seen some shit. I'm like, wow. Why can't I see the damn Mega Million numbers? Why I had to see that ugly shit?
For
Yeah,
real?
it happens.
Fuck.
I've gotten up out of my bed like that. Something crazy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then
Then it doesn't let you fly?
No, I can't. If I see the plane, I break out in sweat.
Wow. Damn, I never knew that, bro.
Yeah,
God bless.
I be sweating like a fucking snitch in the precinct.
How else can we get to Puerto Rico? A little boat, no?
No, there is a charter boat that goes from Miami over. You have to go to like one of the cruise lines and tell them that you want to drop off in San Juan. It's about close to $600.
Yeah, but a plane ticket is more, más o menos.
No, but you have to remember something. If you live over here, you got to get your way from here to Miami.
Oh, yeah, you got to get to Florida.
You got to get
And
from here to
then
Florida
depart.
and then pay that other $600.
Yeah, that's
because they had their first Puerto Rican Day Parade this year in Puerto Rico, and I was supposed to go.
Right.
Because I'm from the Yonkers Hispanic Cultural Foundation, and we had a spot at the parade, and I was going to be one of the headliners over there with some of the Puerto Rican reggaetoneros that were over there, but it didn't happen. I couldn't get on the plane.
Right.
And then it landed on a weekend that I was busy. So it was like I couldn't do it anyway.
Right. Damn, but Puerto Rico had their first National Puerto Rican Day parade.
Yeah, because they never have
this year, 2024.
This
no
year.
shit.
Yep, this year. They always
I know that.
They always have. All the towns have what are called fiestas patronales.
Uh-huh.
So Cabo Rojo does theirs one day. San Juan does their. All the different towns, all the big towns that do them, they do them different days of the year. Remember, it's sunny all the time, so it's not like it's not like here that we gotta wait till June to enjoy the festival because it's cold in the winter. You don't really. But over there, they have festival all year round, and that's all they ever had. This is the first time they had it with like floats and people and
where
in San Juan.
In San Juan.
In San Juan.
Damn,
I was
that
supposed
must
to
have
go.
been beautiful, bro.
I couldn't go.
Well, if you go next year,
and I'm the talent director for the Puerto Rican parade, and I couldn't even go. And I was like, I told Louis, I said, hey, a big shout out to Luis Muñiz, the president. I told Louis, I said, listen, I don't fly. I don't, You got to figure out a way. I was like, there's these little boats that go from Miami.
Yeah.
But then I researched it, and it's like they're not cheap. They're $600, and they don't give you a bottle of water and una galletita salada, nothing. Just get on that shit and get off.
How long is it?
4 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad. But damn, a little water helps.
It's about 4 hours in water.
Don't be cheap.
I'm like, yo, you don't have the illegal ones?
The illegal boats, the little rowboat or something.
Pito and them canos.
No, down there is a Cuban.
Nah. You got a lot of Haitians that live in Florida and Puerto Rico that travel, like across. I'm like, man, somebody can hook me up.
Somebody does it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Somebody does it.
But
you gotta find them.
Yeah, but it's to go all the way over there to try to find them.
Yeah, and then if you don't,
I don't know.
You just mentioned it, but in 2018, you were selected as the ambassador for music for Yonkers.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I was doing a charity event for Puerto Rico because in 2018, there was a tragedy that happened in Puerto Rico. Una tormenta in Puerto Rico that destroyed, I forgot what part of Puerto Rico it was, but it destroyed a kids' park area.
Wow.
So one of my friends that lives in Yonkers called me and asked me if I would come and show my face there and do an appearance for the kids there. It was a fundraiser for sporting equipment
to send over there.
Uh-huh. And my friend, who is actually right now, he's in charge of the Steelworkers Union. He went to Puerto Rico and they restored the park and they took everything that we took from here. And that night I met the president, and he said he had asked me if I was interested in being in their parade as ambassador of music, and I accepted. And then I had performed in that parade 2 years prior for a guy that was trying to get into the mayor's spot, but it didn't happen for him. So, so I ended up meeting a lot of people in Yonkers. So I know a lot of people in Yonkers. So then, when this guy hit me up about this event, I went, met the president. The president said, would you like to? And I said, hell yeah. So then I came down and I basically told him, because he had asked me my opinion about how the parade was and the festival and all that. And I told him, if you let me help you, I'll show you how this could be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
He gave me the green light of putting it together that first year.
Putting together the festival.
The festival.
Okay.
That first year. So I came up with a 16 artist lineup. Not only did I come up with a 16 artist lineup, I had Eddie Palmieri come down from Puerto Rico. Eddie Palmieri came down from Puerto Rico. El filmó. He got his proclamation letter on the steps of City Hall. I got my proclamation letter too on the steps of City Hall declaring April 23rd Boriqua Posse Day in Yonkers.
No shit.
I got my own
wow,
calendar
congratulations.
day. Yeah, and I told all my
awesome.
people, I'm going to say it again, to all my people from Yonkers, just because April 23rd is Boriqua Posse Day does not mean that I can help get your food stamps increased. This is what
not yet.
No, not ever. If I can't get mine increased, I ain't helping nobody.
No, but one day you're going to get yours up and theirs up.
Hell no.
Everybody going to eat good that day.
I hope so. Shit.
No, that's dope though, man. So, 16 artists one day or a 2-day
no, it's a
weekend
one-day
thing?
event.
One-day event?
I put it together. I hosted,
And it went down like that?
It went down just like that.
What was the turnout?
Okay, that turnout was about 1,800 people.
Nice.
It wasn't a very big turnout, but it was bigger than the prior year.
Right.
So then, after the event was over, the last performer performed. Jose came to that event. Jose had to leave early because he had his kids with him and they didn't want to stay.
Right.
But it was a very big lineup. I had Joseph D'Onofrio from Bronx Tale come through.
Was that Calogero?
You know who he is?
Is that Calogero? Calogero?
No. Caladro is the one with the mole right here. That's the other one. No.
So, ¿cuál es este?
This one was the one, and excuse me, y'all. He was the one that in Bronx Tale, when the kid drove by on a bike, he was like, "Who the fuck are them niggas?" And then they jumped him, the little small guy
with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Joseph D'Onofrio. So
Okay.
he's a friend of mine. He's a really good friend.
Okay.
So
Damn, you know what? I met that fool.
yeah, he came
Shout
down.
out to him. Word, I met
He
him
came
before.
down, and then I also had the actor Sean Nelson come down. Sean Nelson is the main actor from the movie Fresh. Remember
Fresh, the
little
kid?
morenito with the
Yeah.
him. He's
Oh,
a good friend.
shit, yeah.
I had him come down too. They were
No
all on the
shit.
flyer.
Wow,
all
that's
of
a
them on the
classic,
flyer.
bro.
Yeah, I had them all on the flyer. They all came down. They had an amazing time, and we had a great turnout. And then the next year, this is my 7th year.
This year, 2024? Okay.
It'll be my 7th year doing that festival, running it for them.
That's beautiful, man.
And we went from, and you can look at the pictures, 1,800 to this year, about 4,900 people.
Wow. That's almost 5,000 people. Shit.
So
And
it could be bigger, but the committee won't let me commit to the artists that I want to bring. I wanted to bring Tego Calderon, and they were like, no.
Is there like a budgetary restriction?
No, it's not about the budgetary restriction. It's not that, because an artist, a top-notch artist can get sponsored. It was more about the volume of people and the security
concern?
and the security concern. Because, see, like I wanted to bring Tego Calderon because he's from Barrio Obrero and I'm from Barrio Obrero, so I wanted to bring him down, and it would have been an amazing thing, but he would have brought out an element of Boriqua that I don't think we would have been able to handle in Yonkers.
Right,
you understand? Right. He would have brought all the filtrafas, and not for nothing, I love them.
Right,
yo soy medio loco también, but
when you get them all together.
the committee members are older Boricuas, and it was just like a whole different vibe. And there's a couple of things that he does on stage that the committee were not gonna be happy with.
Right.
The smoking on stage and the. He's very crazy with his mouth, so they were not going to allow. Some of the members are church people. See, because that's what I try to explain to artists. And all these parades and festivals that you go to, the committee members are regular people, but some of them are church people. Mm-hmm. And they were church people before they became a committee member, and some of them weren't, and they became afterwards, but still stood because they're not doing anything that's like disrespectful to the church.
Their moral code.
Yeah. So therefore, I tell people all the time. Watch your surroundings, no matter where you're performing. You come to Yonkers and you act up, I personally throw you out, and I've done that.
Right.
I don't play games.
Yeah, because it's your name.
No, it's not even about my name, because when it comes to the Yonkers, festival, it's not my event.
Right.
But I'm part of.
But you wanted to continue.
No, it's not that I even wanted to continue. I wanted to keep a certain reputation.
Uh-huh.
So like, we've had this festivals that I've been there the 7 years. We've never had a fight.
Okay.
We've never had a problem. We've never had any type of altercation.
Right.
And we talk about a bunch of different Hispanic people drinking.
Yeah.
Los Hispanos, some people don't know how to drink.
Sure.
And some people
Understatement.
do. And I ended up having a problem with an artist and his manager.
Oh.
That was going to beat up both of them last year.
Right.
Last year we had Frankie Negron, and this artist came to the fest. Here's the thing with me. I'm a really nice guy. Mm-hmm. If you talk to me con respeto, I'm going to talk to you con todo respeto al mundo. I don't care how old you are. Some people, he's older, so you have to treat him. No, I'm going to treat you the same way.
Yeah.
So the artist came up to me and said, his manager came up to me and said, my artist is here. Put him on stage.
Like that?
Like that. So I turned around and I was like, motherfucker.
Who the fuck, yeah.
Talking to somebody behind me? Who the fuck is he talking to? Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I got a sash on.
Uh-huh.
My sash says program director.
Uh-huh.
Talent director. So I'm like, who is this man talking to? Is there another one that I don't know about? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I told him, that's not happening.
Right.
Why not? Well, simple. I have a flyer that's made already. Mm-hmm. Okay. This flyer was made in March, not in June, not in May, in March. I finalized. So this was done in March. Lineup done in March. So right now, as we speak, for me to put your artist on, I would have to take somebody off the flyer, and I'm not doing that. Second of all, I don't know your artist's music. His music needs to be revised. I have to make sure that it's not sexually suggestive, because you cannot curse on my stage in Yonkers. And I have to make sure that that none of the lyrics are gang related. Like I have to check that music.
Yeah.
Not only for the community or the board members or anything like that. Kids go to this event. So what they hear at home, they hear cursing all the time at home. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's on
but
them.
not here. Not on June 2nd. It's always the first week of June.
Right.
So it's either the first, second, or third, like that. So I'm like, not at this event. So the guy came up to me. If he would have came up to me nicer.
That was my first thing. Like, your approach was fucked up. So the fact that you haven't even told him that yet is surprising.
If he would have came up to me nicer, I would have told him, listen, I cannot put him on, but hang out and let me see, whatever.
Yeah.
But because his approach was like that, I told him no. So then we left it alone. And he walked away, whatever. Jose was there. Jose was sitting down though. So he walked away, whatever. I had some of my friends there from Yonkers. I have a friend of mine that he has a full contact fighting school, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it on Instagram, called Knuckle Up.
Okay.
So my best friend Chase, he owns Knuckle Up. So he was there with some of his fighters, So when they saw me riled up, they were like, "Yo, Ant." I was like, "Mm-mm." So the guy left. So I'm like, okay, let me continue with my day.
Right.
A few minutes later, he pops up again. The manager. Hey, you gonna put him on? Bro, I told you no. I'm not putting him on. I'm sorry. I'm still being polite.
Yes.
All right. Now he walks away. Then he comes a third time with the prior president of the parade, and thought that meant something to me. I'm like, he came with the guy introduced himself to me. I'm the prior president. I said, there's a reason why you're prior.
Yeah.
Okay? This isn't happening. You understand? Want me to tell you in Spanish? This isn't happening.
No venga joder.
No. I said it in English.
No, I know, but...
I was like, let me tell you in Spanish. This isn't happening. And we just left it like that. Well, that I thought. So then, pasa el tiempo, ¿verdad? And then the manager approaches me again. Now, at this point, I'm already bothered.
Right.
He has the nerve to stand in front of me, tap me on my pockets, and tell me, how much money do I got to give you to put my artist on that stage? I looked at him, and I looked at my friend. I had a friend of mine that was standing there. I don't even remember who it was, because I got blinded. Because as an epileptic, we go into rage. So I got to control my emotions. So I was like... So I said... Tell me that this motherfucker didn't just touch me. Because now we done stepped into another area now.
Yeah.
See, it was all nice.
Now you crossed the boundary.
Oh, no te pasaste de la raya. So este cabrón, he touched me. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you one time only. You're not fucking performing. You need to find the exit, or I'm going to show you the exit. Your fucking artist ain't performing. I don't want you here. It's not fucking happening. And the artist is looking at me like, and I'm like, what? Like that, because I done got to the point where I didn't care no more. I done got to the point where I don't care no more. But he's the one talking for him, and he's in front of him, and he drunk.
The manager?
Yeah, the manager that came back an hour later drunk.
So
that's when he tapped me on the pocket
and
asked me that. And I was like, this ain't happening. And then you acting like that, and Then I was told that when some of the performers was performing, he was booing them. Because he was mad because I wouldn't put his bullshit artists on stage.
And he was drinking.
And I'm sorry, if you approach me nicely, we can do whatever. But if you approach me like that, you're going to find out something else. So then he winded up walking away after I told him, get the fuck away from me, whatever. So then Frankie Negron goes on stage. We're going to start his set. He opened up keyboard with a Fritz. So luckily for me, I was signed guy in Yonkers. One of them is like a welder. So he had it like welding equipment. He came, he fixed the keyboard. For about 12 minutes that the keyboard was being fixed, that I knew that was I told the DJ, I said, play music.
Yeah.
So DJ's playing music.
Fill the void.
Blah, 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 blah. And I'm turning around, I'm talking to the tech. When I turn around like this, who do you think I see?
The same.
The artist on the stage with the manager.
Well,
since the keyboard is down, you got time.
Right.
I told the DJ, did he give you his flash drive? I said, yeah, let me get it. I said, here's your flash drive. Didn't I tell you this wasn't happening? No, but the keyboard, blah, 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 blah. I said, I don't give a fuck. You're not performing here. It's not happening. You don't have to like it, but it is what it is. And because of your manager, okay, this isn't happening. And because of you now, this is really not happening. Do me a favor. You see those stairs? Travel down those stairs, right? Go outside there, right? And get on the bus and tell the bus driver that you want to ir para la venta del carajo. So he could take you there. So the president came up to me and said, yo, Aunt, you want to build a bridge with people and blah, blah, blah. I said, look, bro, everything was cool till he touched me. He was like, oh, he touched you? I said, yeah. He's like, no.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's universal. Yeah.
So then now that the DJ started playing music, he started mumbling some shit over there.
Yeah.
I saw it. And that's what the mistake was, me seeing it. So I said, listen, you know the difference between me and you? That I'm not going to whisper and I'm not going to do it when the music's playing. I said it to your fucking face. You're not performing here. I don't want you here. What are you going to actually do about it? I took my chain. I put it inside. I said, what are you going to actually do about it at this point? And he left.
Yeah.
But man, listen, when I tell you he was going to get all of it, he was going to get all of it. And then my friends was like right there, like,
And they're fighters by choice and shit.
Man, these guys were
they dying
there,
for a fight.
And one of my friends came from the TV show, I forgot the name of the damn show, Euphoria.
Oh, yeah, okay.
One of the actors.
Big HBO show.
Yeah, one of the actors came. The bald-headed one, the Boriqua with all the tattoos. He's a friend. He came too. He was with the fighting school there. So, this guy, he was like, yo, we'll drag him out of here.
Yeah, they're ready for action.
Slap him up. I was like, nah.
They practice their moves.
I was like, listen, I'm 5'9", and these guys were both 5'4".
Yeah. And that sucks for the artist, not to say that he was a good or bad or whatever, but he obviously picked the wrong fucking manager.
I always tell artists listen, in the beginning, when you're starting off in the beginning, try to manage yourself as much as you can. As much as you possibly can.
That person
so
could
you
have got
can
him
learn.
in trouble.
So you can learn. So you can learn. Try to, try to manage yourself or have a family member work with you. Not handle the money part of it because money changes people, but have somebody close that can work with you, that confianza.
That cares about you.
That cares about your view as an artist. Not somebody for the moment, because let me tell you something. As an artist, I used to be an A&R for a label, and I never conducted business inebriated. Never.
Right, no.
So if you coming to me, talking to me for your artist, tú estás picadito or drunk,
you're not taking it serious,
you're
bro.
misrepresenting two things, yourself and you're hurting the artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I tell the artists, try to work this, if you need any advice, call me, because I don't have a manager.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
And you've never had one?
I had one till he put his hand in my pocket. Then his hand winded up like this, and he puts his hand in no more pockets. So that's how that works.
Now he can't even fry an egg, motherfucker.
No. He can imitate a pretzel though.
Yeah,
that shit's all. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So let's get into the music career, brother. 30 years in the game, over 8,000 live shows. That's a beautiful thing. That's a blessing. May it continue. May we see 60 years in the game and 80,000 live shows.
Man, listen.
But let's go to the beginning. When did you say?
I started as a dancer. I started as a dancer.
Yeah?
Yeah, I started as a dancer.
Break dancer?
Well, I did break dance. I'm one of the original TCK from the Bronx, so I did break dance, but that wasn't my I wasn't as good as all the other guys. I'm a very honest guy. I wasn't as good as the rest of them, so I was like, I ain't gonna try to even be on a competitive level like that. So I was like, you know what? I know what I know. Yeah. Enough to defend myself in any club.
Yeah.
But then, I started hanging out a little bit more, and then this is when I had moved to the Bronx. So I said, you know what? We started going to all the clubs in the Bronx. We had the Devil's Nest. We had La Mirage. We had a few different clubs in the Bronx, and I started going to all those clubs.
And that's early 80s or late 80s?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
So I had a lot of, I had a great time as a club goer.
Right.
Me and my half brother, his name is Eddie. Me and him had a crew called the Circle Kings.
Okay.
So me and him were considered the Circle Kings because you come to a club, dance house music, we were the fucking circle kings. So you couldn't come in that circle if you weren't nice.
Right.
So very few people came into that circle and really made noise. One of them was Dazza from Two Without Hats. He an exceptional dancer. And one of the dancers from Crystal Waters. She had a morenito who's tall with dreadlocks. An amazing dancer. And one of the dancers from De La Soul. Amazing guys. And this one girl that was a dancer that nobody knew she was a girl because she didn't look like a girl, but she was a girl. And she was an amazing dancer as well. So then from there, it all progressed. I danced for a couple of freestyle legends. One was Sanday, who passed away, sang Notice Me. And then I danced for Tonasia. So I started from there. And then at one point, I got tired of just, because when you're a dancer, you're behind the artist.
Right.
So you're still a focal point because you're not behind the artist, but you're behind them per se. You're not the main attraction. So I got tired of being, I'm not going to say hueliéndole los peos a nadie, but I'm behind you. So there's a good possibility.
In the background,
There's a good possibility que me soplaste uno o dos.
One or two.
You know what I'm saying? While I was back there. I didn't say nothing because I was getting paid. Like, fuck it. So hold on. Keep dancing. I got paid for this.
Breathe through your mouth.
Yeah, nah, man, listen.
No, that you taste
You remember the old air freshener stick-up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is a good place for a stick-up. Lo ponía debajo de la camisa, right there, so I don't have to smell your shit. Yeah. So then after that, I decided that I could go lyrically into a different direction.
Right.
I felt like I had some lyrical power. So I did one song with my high school friend called Pa que lo sepa, Boriqua se respeta. The song did very, very well until people started singing it dirty, like carajo, puñeta, Boriqua se respeta, and it was very hard for me to because some of the promoters they're gonna start singing it like that, and we don't want that here. And I was like, whatever.
But you don't control that.
I can't control that. So we kept it afloat. We see whatever.
And how old are you at this time?
Right now?
No, not now.
I was in my 20s.
Your first song.
Young. I was young. So then from that point on, went into the booth and decided, we're gonna go into another direction. Musically, and I can't go into too many details with the Boriqua Posse stuff, but I can say this much: I created a remix because the original artist decided that I would like to say walking away was a better choice for him. Didn't write, can't write. I say that shit openly. Can't write. Didn't write the original content. Can't fight either. I can say that shit too. I don't give a fuck. But in all actuality, he walked away. Walked away from the whole
industry.
From doing that per se project to do something else, and that did not pan out for him as planned.
Right.
So by this point, I had already put so much time into Boriqua Posse that there was no way in hell, I don't care who you were, there was no way in hell you were going to come in now and take what I worked very hard for.
Right.
I put my face in too many places for too many years, and I built a relationship with a lot of promoters, DJs, clubs, bars, lounges, festivals, parades. My relationship with these people was very different. So... And I don't have a bad standing. I don't have a bad name in business or nothing like that. I do bookings for some of the freestyle legends. I don't even charge their asses.
Right.
So, because I'm not a booking agent.
Right.
So, and then not only that, if you're a friend of mine.
Not only that, you're looking at
your
my friend.
If you're my friend, I feel kind of corny taking 10% from you.
Yeah.
And if your booking is, let's say, $1,500, I take 10% from you. That's $150. That's not. That's nothing.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. No, it's not. It's really not worth it.
Not if it's going to negatively affect the relationship.
No, and it doesn't negatively affect the relationship
but
because
God forbid,
anybody that books is entitled to a booking fee. But I just don't feel like if I'm on the bill already, I'm getting paid already. Like, why would I? What's next to $150?
But not everybody's
and then another thing is too that the majority of the artists that I have booked don't do as much shows as I do.
Right.
So for me to take $1,500 from you is like 10% or whatever. It's kind of corny.
Yeah.
And I'm not a booking agent again. So
And you're a good guy, bro. Cause
I try to be until I'm not.
People will do that shit, and if they get $50, they're gonna take the $50.
Listen, I don't want it. I don't want. And there's been situations where I'd be like, you know what? I should take the damn booking fee.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Let them eat.
Yeah.
I'm fat already.
You'd be going against your own,
Estoy gordito.
your own code.
Estoy gordito. Like you can tell that I've eaten well. So you know what? You eat now, and I don't have a problem with sharing.
There you
and
go.
that's the problem with this industry. With the, I'm not gonna say freestyle industry because I'm not gonna say that because I don't sing freestyle music, but I'm in whole with the music industry.
Right.
Everybody's too focused on what they shouldn't be focused on.
Right.
When you go on stage as a performer, you are not performing for yourself.
Correct.
Your first performance is in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
So your first performance in the booth simplifies who you are as an artist and also shows who you are as an artist. So once you leave the booth, that it's all ready for you to go perform out there. Once you're on that stage, it's for them.
Mm-hmm. To entertain.
For you in the booth, for them on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't understand the dynamics of that, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Mm-hmm. If you notice, I come out and I perform. I don't do no talking. I do no talking. I do all my talking at the end because we didn't come here for all that. We came here to hear some music, dance, yell, scream, Boriqua, puñeta, huepa, whatever. And, you know, all that talking and all that. No, we're not Maury. We're not on Richard Bay show. We're not doing none of that. So we're not doing that. The música y pa'lante.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm currently on my 33rd single.
Yeah.
You know, so I ain't got time for all that. I'm still recording music.
The new single out now. Make sure y'all go download. Make sure y'all go download that.
Yep. No me grite on Master Blaster Records.
And you dropped an album last year.
I did. It was reggaeton and house album. You know, nice album. I can't complain. Got a guaracha track in there, salsa track in there. You know, so like right now, I leave on Tuesday. I believe I leave to Orlando, Florida.
Right.
And I have the intentions of recording at least 6 songs when I get over there that I have ready.
Right.
Ready. So, you know, I'm trying to get to 40. That'll put me at 40. So that's right. That's right. I stopped the horse. I put 40 songs out. I stopped the horse. Multi-genre because I don't have just one genre. Mm-hmm. I got hip-hop tracks. I got reggaeton tracks, Latin trap tracks. I have a different array of house tracks, so I'm multi-genre as we speak. You know, I have a bachata trap song fusion that I have not released. That's halfway done. I just have to do my portion of the vocals.
Right, and
that's it. But I have.
So when you hit 40, that's it?
No. When I hit 40, I'll stop recording for a little bit.
For yourself?
Yeah, for myself.
Still producing,
but I still have.
Else.
I'll put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this. I could go to Florida right now, record those 6 songs, and I still have 23 songs left.
That are not out.
That are not out.
To the public.
That are ready.
Yeah.
Ready, completely. Lyrically, mastered, everything. Ready. But I can't, I don't want to put out all that music because it doesn't allow me to see which ones
hidden,
which ones are, you know, people really like, you know. For my house music tracks, one of my personal favorites is Raise a Glass, which is like my celebratory song from surviving COVID and the heart attacks I had the week before COVID. So that was my celebratory I'm Alive song.
Yep.
I did do a song called Party With Your Mask On during the COVID time, but there was some sensitive views. Some people, you know, lost family to that. So it was hit or miss, and I personally felt that pushing it would have been more of a miss than a hit.
Right, I can see that.
Because some people, you know, were very hurt.
Yeah. A lot of people lost. A lot
I lost.
that time.
I lost my job.
Oh.
I lost my job. You know, I can't say I lost my job due to COVID. I lost my job because of the heart attacks I had and then COVID.
Yeah.
I had my heart attacks this week, and then 2 weeks later, COVID hit.
So a lot of negative.
So then, after I had my heart surgery, my doctor said you can't do nothing for a few weeks or whatever.
No.
So then a few weeks, I'm like, I can go back to work. COVID.
Yeah. Now ain't no work.
No. And then for people that know, I'm a construction foreman. So in the construction game, they were like, you're a health risk. All right, whatever. So perdí el trabajo, you know. I was like, damn, if I would have lost weight and the job, it would have been amazing.
At least.
Yeah, but I kept the weight and lost the job.
Lost
Some
the
bullshit
job.
right here. Yeah, man.
Lord, you did it backwards. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, no, the Lord's done it backward for me a few times. My grandfather's a 6'4" man.
Oh shit.
Okay, Lord's punished me all the way around.
Skipped you.
Yeah, and they said, "Fuck you. You stay 5'9". You know, I think if you're too tall, you're gonna be a problem.
5'9.5". 5'9".
No, I'm only 5'9". 5'9.5" when I wear dress shoes.
There you go. At least.
Un poquito de taco.
Coño. So Big Daddy Entertainment. When did you sign? No, I'm sorry. Master Blaster Records. When did you sign?
No, Big Daddy Entertainment. We'll do that one right. Big Daddy Entertainment. I've been with them. I like to say 12 years.
Right. But with them, you're not only an artist.
No, with them, I'm talent director as well.
Correct. Also director of A&R and chief communications officer. So shout out to that, first of all. Congratulations.
Yeah. So with them, you know, he booked me to do a show in Jersey City. I came, I did that show. And then when he told me he had lupus, I told him I had epilepsy. He was like, I would like to say a sick man's bond.
Yeah.
But we bonded. Like, we both fucked up.
Yeah.
We bonded. Big shout out to Richard Young, Big Daddy Entertainment. So we bonded, and then we became really good friends to the point where we're brothers now. So I worked with Big Daddy Entertainment. I performed almost every Big Daddy Entertainment event that we did, and we did a lot of them. Now we had the Hoboken Italian Festival on Smash, long time. And then we have a subsidiary to Big Daddy Entertainment, which is called Big Daddy Sunshine.
Yes.
So Big Daddy Sunshine, the nonprofit, is for people that have lupus. We do a lupus walk, a lupus dinner. Then we had the concert, you know. But at this current time, my brother Richie's not feeling so well, so we haven't been able to do any Big Daddy Entertainment events. And although the people from Jersey, because he's a Jersey City native, when I was at the event last week, a lot of people were like, "Oh, what's up with Richie?" And I'm like, you know, the lupus, you know, that's, you know, it's rough, you know, it's rough. Even me as an epileptic, sometimes I'll have a migraine, no lie, 11 days. 11 days.
That's got to be
11 days.
Painful.
Migraines, 11 days. You know, and you got to find your way to function with the migraine. You got to go outside, you got to do this, you got to do that. Hard. Yeah, so with Big Daddy's Sunshine, you know, we've done hospital visits, food drive, code drive. We've done it all. We've done a lot of great things with them. And then I signed with Master Blaster Records last year.
Okay.
Last year, I believe. I believe it was last year. Last year, right? Or year before. The year before, ending of the year before. I signed with Master Blaster Records.
As an artist now?
As a producer artist.
Okay.
Because since I produce my tracks, I can't come in as just an artist. So a big shout out to DJ Tony T. DJ Tony T, for the few that know him or don't know him, is one of the, he's from Chicago. Okay. Boriqua. He is one of the first DJs to break house music in Mexico.
Oh, shit.
In Mexico.
Okay.
So American house music, because they had house music, right? It was Spanish. So American house music. He's also in Chicago, very well-known DJ, very well-known producer. So we linked up at the Palm Bay Puerto Rican Day Parade 2 years ago. We met. Then we started talking, and then he's, you know, asked me a little bit, and, you know, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm, you know, producing and stuff like that." And I told him, "You got to hear some of the stuff I have." So he told me the next day, he said, "You know, send me a couple of songs. Let me see what you got." I sent him 25 songs. He's like, "I asked you for a couple of songs."
Yeah, 25.
He's like, 25 songs. What am I going to, I'm going to be here all night. So he listened to, he was like, I'm going to be very honest with you. That was a lot of music. I honestly listened to 3 songs.
Yeah.
And I could tell you by listening to the 3 different songs that I heard that you deserve to be signed. So I got signed to Master Blaster Records, and I've been with them now a couple of years now. So I haven't had a problem, you know. You know, big shout out to Tony T. He's very patient with me because I'm over here and he's in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, that was my next question. Where is Master Blaster based out of?
He's based out of Orlando.
Technically,
he's in Orlando, Florida. So, you know, like next week when I leave to Florida to be in the Palm Bay Puerto Rican Day Parade, I got to go over there first.
Right.
My train leaves me in Orlando because I Amtrak. So I'm an Amtrak to Orlando.
Oh, that's right. You don't fly.
I don't fly.
Shit.
I don't fly. I either drive in or Amtrak.
Or Amtrak, yeah.
And I don't have a problem with either. I really don't.
You know, I would love to take an Amtrak. How long does it take to get to Florida?
From here to Orlando is 23 hours.
And you get a bed?
No.
Just a chair?
Yeah. If you want a sleeper, it's like $1,000.
No, I'm just asking.
They're expensive.
What I want is the free time.
What do you mean free time?
Often we don't get a chance to just sit down
and
be free. You know, we're always texting or working. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you see, when you're on the Amtrak, you know, like, just get on the train and just... me, personally...
I want to read a book and not be bothered for 6 hours and then
could.
take a fucking nap for 4 and then
could.
wake up and eat. You know,
like...
not...
Only thing is you encounter weirdos.
Oh, for sure. That'd be part of the fun, though.
Dude.
I love weirdos.
Let me tell you something. No, you don't.
I'm a weirdo.
Listen.
Not like that. Not like a crackhead or something crazy.
I have had some experiences in my life that people say, oh, Anthony's just trying to get attention, blah, blah, blah. He would just be making shit up. No. I have video. Yeah. I had this white girl, okay? She was sitting to my right on the Amtrak. So she's over there talking some crazy shit. So I'm like... Sola. So I'm like enjoying it. I'm like, que fucking gringa loca el diablo. So I'm sitting there enjoying it. All of a sudden, I decided to look over there. You know, the little Puerto Rican in me said, "Mira para allá, cabrón, look over there."
You fucked it up if you made eye contact.
I did. I looked over there, and she looked at me and she goes, "Hey, at the next stop, there's a river. I'll give you $50 if you drown me underwater."
God damn.
The fuck?
What the fuck?
I was like, I'm not going to jail for that shit. She was like, yeah, I'll give you $50 next time you drown me underwater. So I said, I got to stop talking to this crazy bitch for real. I'm like, you know what? So I
was kind of hoping the story would have went a different.
No. So check this out. So I looked back over there because I was like,
no fucking way.
No, no, come on, man. She had a brand new MacBook, the 14, and that just came out that year. So I'm like, why would you offer me just $50 when you had a Mac Pro and a 14? You should have given me the Mac Pro, the 14, and the 50. I'd have drowned your ass. No, I wouldn't.
Negotiate better,
drown your ass better. No, so I was like, you know what? I have it on video. She threw herself, she pushed the chair back. She had her legs up. She started scratching her shit all I got it on video.
Oh, no.
I got it on, craziest experience I had on an Amtrak was that one. And then
if that's the worst, I could take that.
Nah.
I'll just fucking
another one was on another trip, this couple, they start fighting on the train. She smacks the husband. He punches her in the face.
Oh, shit.
They both get arrested.
Live entertainment.
Man, I was like, shit.
Unless they stop the Amtrak from moving.
They did.
See, now you fucking it up.
They did for like an hour.
No, now you fucking it up. But if y'all just going to fight and make up and be okay, let's...
Do you know how many police came? First of all, they were fucking in the bathroom. I just want to throw that first out. They were fucking in the bathroom.
That's how it started.
And I guess it wasn't that good.
Yeah, now they got beef.
It wasn't that good.
Somebody was disappointing.
It wasn't the mile high she was expecting. So I guess, she was like, this ain't shit. The bathrooms, they stink like hell too. This is not, man, this is crazy in here. So it didn't work out. They got their asses whooped by the police because they didn't want to get off the train.
Right.
They were going far. So now you got arrested in a city that you don't belong in.
Not you ass.
And half of their belongings were on the train.
Shit, se jodieron.
My maleta! Fuck your maleta.
God forbid your maleta got your ID and your money. Now you stuck.
They had all that in their pocket. But they were, you know what? The Amtrak serves alcohol.
Little bottles back to the fucking alcohol.
You buy the little bottles.
The little airplane bottles?
Yeah, the little wine bottles and shit like that. So some people really don't know how to drink.
You don't drink, right?
No, I used to drink. I have an occasional drink. Yeah. Like if I go to your house, like I'll have a Corona and one shot. That's it. I'm 1-1.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a drinker. That's not me.
Not me.
No, I almost woke up with a girl that looked like me. So I'm like, no, we ain't doing that again. Estaba gordita y fea like me. I was like,
that's a scary proposition.
Hell no. Hell no.
If I wake up with a girl that looks like me, that means she got a beard, and I'll be like,
listen. First of all, one of her boobs was like up here, and the other one was a little lower. So I'm like,
she's not symmetrical.
This bitch is here with her biggie small titty. I'm like, this is some real bullshit right here.
But the night before, she probably looked like damn Jennifer Lopez.
Man, listen, the night before, under that vodka, Under that vodka, she
looked
looked
like
like
Janet
Jennifer
Jackson.
Aniston.
Yeah, oh, even better.
Yeah, she looked like Jennifer Aniston. And in the morning when we woke up, she like Jim Carrey. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's the dangers, guys.
Yes.
So be careful when you sip it.
If you look at the bottles of vodka when you drink them, in the back
Oh,
it
and
says,
vodka's the worst.
in the back it says, warning, ugly bitches might look good.
Yeah.
Man, it should put that on the bottles.
It's there. It's in the fine print.
Yeah, it should put it on the bottles. Cause damn, man, listen.
yeah.
You don't, because listen, I'm a gordito. Do you know how good I look after you had 3 shots? Listen, you see a 6-pack
Vin
on
Diesel.
me. I look amazing. You see hair here? La entrada right here. You see hair here? Like, they has a full head of hair.
Dang, he's like a model.
Diablo, qué rico está este cabrón. And then when you wake up in the morning, you be like, ¿qué carajo es esto? I know, I'm going to the Botanica.
I'm never drinking again.
I'm going to the Botanica. I just brought Satan to the house.
Ay.
Yeah, no, es un reguero.
Ay. Shout out to
Vodka?
No, fuck vodka, bro. Shout out to Fun Nights, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Baca
Yeah,
for giving me a
fun
lot
nights
of fun
and
nights.
bad mornings.
Yes, and great migraines, because Baca will give you a headache.
Now, coming up November 6th, we got your comedy show in the Bronx, hosted by you. Are you also performing?
I am the comedian. For
How
that
long
night.
you been doing comedy?
I'm going to be honest with you. I did one comedy show I would like to say about 9 or 10 years ago in Brooklyn, but it wasn't set up like the way it was supposed to be set up. Like, you know, when you do a comedy show, you know, you have to put chairs and all that, tables or whatever. It wasn't set up that way, so everybody's attention was mixed.
Okay.
You know, so, but at this show, November 6th, in the Bronx,
the
at
Bronx.
the War Room.
At the War Room.
Okay, the War Room is located in a part of the Bronx that us club goers from the Bronx called the Herpes Triangle.
That doesn't sound very inviting.
Okay, this is why. In that triangle of Parkchester, it's like by Parkchester, you had PCs, Riddlers, Tapestry, Kismet, and Side Street.
And these are clubs.
These were all clubs in that area. They were all within a 2-block range of each other. So they were called it the Herpes Triangle because no matter which one of those you went to, good possibility you're going to get herpes.
Yeah, and since they're all so close to each other, the herpes just went from club to club.
Yeah, it went from the DJ to the bouncer, from the bouncer to the hostess. Yeah, it was like that. So we Bronx club goers called that area the Herpes Triangle.
Okay.
The War Room is in that area, but thank God, it has nothing to do with that era.
Thank the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Coño.
'Cause I don't walk around with penicillin. I don't walk around with that shit.
No, we don't want the herpes.
No, hell no.
But so this is your return to comedy after 9 or 10 years?
This is gonna be my debut.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be
How
my
do you
debut.
feel?
Man, I'm happier than a fat bitch locked in a Dunkin' Donuts.
Amen.
Crazy.
Coño,
You
shit, have a
crazy
good
as hell.
day.
I'm excited. I'm excited because anybody that knows me knows I got some shit to say, and I'm not gonna stop until I'm gonna have a lot of people angry at me after the comedy show. People gonna be texting me, "Fuck you and you motherfucker! I can't believe you said that." Fuck you. It's the truth. You know?
How long is your stage show?
Fuck you. It's the truth. Deal with it, huh?
How long is your stage show?
I'm looking to do. I told the owner that I didn't want to do more than 40 minutes, but I have a 2-hour set that's ready.
Shit.
Just can't do that.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah.
You know? Even
But a good 40
even the
minutes
big,
of
even the
fuego.
big, the big ones don't do no 2 hours.
Yeah, it's usually like an hour.
An hour.
And then you've also have other performers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 2 ladies perform. I have one young lady out of Philadelphia. Her name is Natisha.
That's the one I see on the
Very
flyer.
good reggaeton artist. And the other one, her name is Jari Luch out of Newark.
Jody, friend of the show.
And she's also going to be performing November 6th. I have to do an updated flyer because I have to put Jody on the flyer.
Dope.
But that's what's going on November 6th at the War Room in the Bronx.
Get your tickets now.
No, it's free to get in.
Free to get in? Even better?
Listen, it's free to get in. Come down, have a seat. And if I'm going to warn you right now, if you're sensitive, if you have a problem with the word bitch, I got news for you. You're going to hear it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, I don't like the word bitch. And, I'm going to say this to all the ladies out there. Y'all need to stop being so sensitive about the word bitch. Men should be able to freely call a woman a bitch because when we got our back turns, they call us everything in the motherfucking book that other than bitch.
And every bitch ain't a woman.
And every woman ain't a bitch. But the thing is, it's like, if I call you a bitch, it all depends how I'm calling you a bitch. Hey, bitch, stop playing. That's not bad.
That's love.
And I say, bitch, you know what? You owe me $10, and you know some serious shit.
Yeah,
you owe me
yeah,
$10, and I just called you a bitch for not paying.
That's different.
That's very different. But if it's some shit that is, you know, you with your partner, you be like, bitch, when you give me the ketchup and stop playing, you can't get mad at that. Because I'm sorry, when women call each other on the phone, do you think they call each other by name? They don't call each other by name. Bitch, what you doing? Bitch, I'm getting dressed. What about you? Bitch, I got the red. Don't put the red on. I got red. Bitch, don't wear those. Bitch, what I tell you? They call each other bitch 102 times in one conversation. And I can't say, bitch, give me the ketchup. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna
Queen
say,
Latifah said that shit in 1990, whatever.
Listen,
just
Queen
don't call me
Latifah
on my name.
Queen Latifah, I'm pretty sure she's called somebody a bitch, so hearing is not a big deal.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, not for nothing. If you tell a woman you a bad bitch, am I calling you?
That's a compliment.
You should take it like one.
You should not be offended.
If I could tell you a bad bitch.
Because if a girl tells her that, oh, you bad bitch, you slayed bitch.
See, but the relationship that women have with each other is very different to the relationship that men have with each other. Because a woman could tell another one, bitch, your titties look horrible in that shirt, girl. That titties up here, they don't go. And your ass look real lumpy in them pants. They could do that with each other. But I can't look at you and be like, nigga, your shoulders look bad in that shirt. Nigga, your shoulders don't look too good. You need to look a little bit.
We should be able to.
Nah, hell
we the
no.
ones
hell
fucking
no.
up.
Hell no. You ain't gonna,
You gotta
turn around, nigga. Nah, I don't like the way the pants look from the back.
Your ass look flat as hell.
Nigga, we ain't doing all that. No, hell no. No, let's keep it the way it's always been.
But if your man look a mess, you should be able to be like, yo, Papa, you looking crazy.
Listen, if you look
don't
like
gotta be specific.
If you look like a shit sandwich, I'll be like, yo, bro, I don't think you're dressed right for this occasion.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna give you no in-depth.
No, you don't gotta go into detail.
Nah, but some people want detail.
No.
Nah, nigga, really, what's wrong?
Correct me if my fucking shirt is crooked.
Nah, for real. Tell me what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
What's really wrong with me?
No, because now I gotta list it.
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, now I gotta go down the list.
I don't want to tell you look like una cucaracha frita. I really don't want to tell you.
But if your shoes untied, let me know.
Listen, you know what I hate? No lie. And people should stop doing that. If you see a person that got some shit right here in the corner of their mouth, or algo ahí en el ojo, tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them. A lot of people don't care. And just leave you with that shit there all day long.
That's fucked up because now the next person, they're gonna still
I hate talking to people and they have that little white shit right there. I be like, what do they do for a living? That's the first thing I think about. What the hell do they do for a living?
How long is that gonna be there?
Okay. Why is it there? Is it Thursday? Thursday night's gay night. What the hell's going on? Yeah, I mean, whoa, what's going on?
The Blue Oyster.
Hey, man, listen. I had a lot of my friends, I'd be like, yo, man, you know, you got that little shit right in the corner right here. What name is that, Julio?
Oy.
Tiene nombre.
So what is as we wrap up, what is next for Boriqua Posse?
What's next for me?
2020. Oh, wait, before we get to that, I'm sorry. You also participated in a movie named Delilah.
I was in a movie named Delilah. Yes, I was.
Was that your first acting gig?
My first acting, and Jose too. Jose was in it.
Jose was in the movie too.
Yeah,
Shout out to that.
He was an extra in the movie.
Shout out to that.
Danielle Ali approached me about being in this movie, and my wife in the movie is the lead singer from the R&B group Allure.
Allure, yes, it is. They had a hit with Nas, yeah.
Yeah. So the lead singer is my movie wife.
Okay, that's what's up.
And Delilah, the producer, his name is Daniel Ali. He's he's from Jersey City. He put me on. I perform. You know, when you're a performer. But being in front of the camera to do something that you're not normally doing, which is reading a script that does not really like my music. I know my music.
Yeah, you didn't write this script.
I didn't write this, so you know I'm approaching something different. And because you're acting and you're reading off somebody else's vision, you have to envision that, and you have to make that part of you in some way or another, you know, emotionally. So I had to take on the role of Delilah's father in the movie. My daughter in the movie is a out of control 24-year-old, 25-year-old on drugs and college and just a little crazy out there doing all kind of wild shit. And then I don't have a lot of parts in the movie,
right?
But I'm in the movie, and one of everybody's favorite scene is the kitchen scene where she brings her 40-something-year-old boyfriend for me to meet him.
Your daughter, your movie daughter.
And I had to rip him and her there, so yeah, it was real crazy.
Verbally or physically?
Verbally.
Okay.
Verbally. You know, and I had to rip her. I ripped him, and then there was a scene where I was with him sitting on the side on the couch where I got to rip him by himself.
Yeah. And this was all scripted, or did you get to add some?
He let me slip in a couple of things.
Yeah.
He let me slip in a couple of things. He didn't let me go too far off track because he wanted me to be comfortable. Because I told him, I said, listen,
you got to make it your own.
He said, I told him, I said, I don't have any, acting experience. I know how to act up. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know how to act up, but I don't have acting experience. So he said, nah, just be Anthony.
Yeah.
Just be who you are. He made it very easy for me to work with him. So I only went to one rehearsal.
No shit.
Yeah, I went to one reading.
Right.
One reading. He gave me the script, and then he sent me home, and then came and we filmed. We did it in one day. Nice. We did it in one day. And then Jose was there, so, he was an extra. He was like at the kitchen table with one of my so-called cousins playing cards while I was over there ripping my daughter and the boyfriend and shit like that. It was crazy. It was a really good experience, and he said he liked my performance. So he said he does have another movie that he'd like to put me in. So
dope.
Yeah, so I don't get too excited over anything until I see that the paperwork.
Right.
Yeah, that's when I get excited.
But you added actor to the list of accomplishments. So
listen. One of my biggest accomplishments outside of that was performing last year in Newark. No lie, for that 24 Hours of Peace concert.
Yes.
For me, that was one of the highlights of my career because I performed in front of many, many crowds, but I'm closing a hip-hop concert.
Right.
And I don't have I did have a hip-hop track, but I wasn't performing it there that night.
Your main focus is not hip-hop.
Yeah, and then I was like, I could have done it. I could have sang it.
Right.
But I was like, nah, I didn't want to. Yeah. I didn't feel like it. So that was like the highlight of my career, to be able to go out in front of over 40,000 people in the city of Newark.
Shout out to Newark.
A big shout out to Mayor Ras Baraka. His people treated me like royalty when I walked into them fucking gates, man. Listen, I didn't get a massage because I didn't ask for one. But that's how good the city of Newark, and a big shout out to Johnny Barreto, the commissioner of New Jersey, of services for the community. Great people. Let me tell you, I've done great things with these guys. And, the city of Newark is not like Jersey City. I've done more in Jersey City than I've done in Newark, obviously. But Newark got a lot of love for me.
That's what's up.
Not like Jersey City.
Right.
Not yet. Not like in New York. Like in New York. The Bronx love me. Brooklyn loves me, but they hate me because I moved back to the Bronx.
Yeah, because you left them.
And then Queens people don't really like nobody from the Bronx. So I'm not even mad that they don't like me. And the people from all the other cities in New York, whatever. It is what it's always been like that though.
Yeah.
There's always been like that. Harlem don't like Spanish Harlem.
Right.
Spanish Harlem don't like Harlem. It's corny, but there's a reason why it's like that. It's a reason why it's all set in place like that. The events that happen in Harlem are not the same events that happen in Spanish Harlem.
Right.
A big shout out to 116th Street Festival in New York City, which I have personally bled since 2002 on that stage.
Wow.
So, yeah, I've given them hell for a long time.
Shout out to that.
La Mega was one of the most they booked me the most.
Wow.
Now, I've done all the stages in 116, but I predominantly, everybody knows when you catch me, you're going to catch me on Mega Stage. And I've hit Mega Stage with Evie Queen, Don Chesina. I've hit that stage with everybody that plays on Mega. So I've been there with merengueros, salseros. I've been there with a lot of big. So when people be like, yo, I'm going to a Jay Wheeler concert, met him. I'm going to Evie, met her. I'm going to Don, I met him. So for me, it's like we're all stage mates.
Right.
So I don't get starstruck over another stage mate.
Right.
But I would get starstruck over one group.
Oh, can I guess?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees.
Motherfucking right.
Oh, I would have never guessed that one.
Exactly. Because people that see me say, oh, he's all about house music. But I have my own radio station app, Boriqua Posse Radio. And on my radio station, on Thursdays, which I would make Throwback Thursdays, I would do disco and 70s and 80s music. So, yeah, that music lyrically is why I'm who I am. Lyrically. Because if you listen to all those songs, they had sexual references.
Disguised.
But they were so clean.
Yeah.
They were like, damn, that's some, okay. And you didn't have to go there.
Yeah.
Now,
Now it's too
Now
blatant.
it's like, now if you don't hear, let me see your itty bitty titty, you know, the song ain't good.
Yeah, it's not lit.
And I'm sorry, if it's itty bitty titty, I don't want to see it anyway. But, you know, it's like, eso es lo que está pegado now.
Shout out to the B-Bites.
Man, listen.
Shout out to the B-Bites.
You can make a song about anything stupid right now y se pega.
Oh, yeah. That's,
No me
and
llegaron los cupones. No me llegaron los cupones.
It'll last
y se
a
pega
week,
como
bro.
un chicle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
then you'll be
a big
forgotten
shout out to the stupid songwriters. I love you guys.
Yes.
You guys have given me creative insight.
It is their time. So 2025, what can we expect?
2025, I'll put it to you like this. I'm looking at the National Puerto Rican Day Parade for Manhattan.
Big deal.
Calle Ocho, Miami, which I will be next year as well. I was this
Big
year.
deal.
I was in
Wow, Calle Ocho.
I was in Calle Ocho this
what's
year.
up, yeah.
I opened up for Flow Rider.
No shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Flow Rider's a fucking big deal, bro.
I've shared. I'm telling you. That's why
That's
when
a
I
billion,
when I do shows,
billion artists.
when I do shows, and people are like, oh, I've done this, I've done a lot too. I'm just very.
Yeah.
I don't. You go on my Facebook page. There's no bragging. There's no boasting. I put up my shows. I give thank yous to the promoters, community members, whatever. I'm not. I didn't get in this to be a cocky ass.
Yeah.
I got in this to entertain. I'm from the Quiñones family. We're a musical family. So my cousin was Ozone from Breaking. Big shout out.
The
Rest
dancer,
in peace.
Ozone?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Rest in peace to my cousin Shabadu Alfonso Quiñones. Yes, my cousin, very much so.
No
you know,
shit.
and
that's my shit breaking.
Yeah. So I come from a family of people that are entertaining.
Damn.
So out of everybody from my cut, I knew that I was gonna be the only one. Like I got 9 sisters and I got half brothers and stuff like that. But out of all those motherfuckers put together, there's only one talented one out of all of them, and that's me.
Amen to that. Shit.
Unfortunately, they have talent,
Yeah.
but that's Friday night talent. We ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah.
That's how they pay the cable. You know what I mean?
So 2025, a lot to come.
Yes.
More music, more
comedy
singles,
shows. Yes.
more comedy shows.
Yes.
Maybe some more acting.
Yes.
More community stuff.
A lot of community stuff.
A lot of community
I
stuff.
never stopped doing the community stuff.
More shows.
I do the community stuff. You know why? It ain't even about the payday because God knows it ain't the fucking payday.
No,
God knows
I
it ain't the
imagine
payday.
that.
I get to enjoy something that I can say I did.
Yeah.
So Yonkers, even though it's not mine per se, because it belongs to the city of Yonkers, I can say I handled that lineup. I put this together this way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my thing.
And the people
You know,
and get to enjoy your
I come from a
day.
broken family. 2 drug addict parents. I wasn't, let me tell you, my mother was, you know, and I say this all the time, people are like, oh, you crazy. My mother was a crackhead, and my father was a dope fiend. So I had somebody hyper against somebody that was non-hyper. So I was in a circle, I'm confused as fuck between the both of them. I'm confused as fuck on Christmas between the both of them. I asked her, listen, you get on G.I. Joe, and this is her. I was like, G.I. Joe, del ejército, ¿verdad? El chiquillo, el cabrón con la pistola. Yeah. Then you ask him, hey, I want to... So you want a G.I. Joe?
So you don't know how to react.
With the Kung Fu grip? Yeah, that motherfucker right there, yeah. That's what the gatos do. They scratch all day. Because they don't know that heroin says, tiene la illa en heroin. So you be scratching all day. Yeah, so you want the green one, right? Motherfucker, yeah, G.I. Joe was only green. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't see color. I only see little white baggies. Yeah, it was different, man. It was real different. And I grew up in that environment, and I can honestly tell you, I've never put anything up my fucking nose but Vicks.
Good.
I don't drink. I've never smoked a cigarette.
That's usually what happens.
So, you know, yeah, of course, I couldn't just see myself going down that slope.
The same path.
That slope, I saw when they walked in, and I saw when they were walking out what was left. There was nothing walking in, and you walked out with nothing. I couldn't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been working very hard till this day. Even with everything that I got going on personally, I still find my time to go out there and be Mr. 5 Boroughs of New York, be Mr. New York City, be Boriqua Posse, represent for my Boricuas here and over there. Whether, you know, even though I don't go over there, but I still represent boldly, con orgullo. You know, a lot of these performers, they're Puerto Rican or whatever, they do their thing, but
they're
not doing it like I'm doing it.
No. And a lot of people don't have the same connection to the people
And that has nothing to do with connection, because you know what? I wasn't born connected.
No, but you're a man of the people. So,
I
for
wasn't born
example,
connected.
when I see you perform, after you perform, you're not like these other artists
No.
that stay backstage or,
Nah, I
hop in
don't-
their van and leave.
that
You go
happened-
into the crowd and interact with the
in
people.
Jersey City, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, when we got there, remember when we got there, the guy was like, "Oh, you can go in the back,
Yeah.
so nobody bothers you." And you heard what I told him. I said, "I want to be bothered.
Yeah.
I want to be bothered. I want to be in the crowd. I want to be in the crowd. I take pictures with everybody. I have family members in the crowd anyway in Jersey City, but I want to be in the crowd. I don't want nobody to say, I saw him on stage, I wasn't able to take a picture with him. Yo creo que le come mierda. None of that, you know? So when I stood in that crowd, you know, because you stood backstage doing your thing. When I stood in the crowd, I took pictures with people. This lady came up to me. She said, "It's okay." I said, "Can I take a picture with you?" I said, "No. We're going to take 5 of them." And we took a whole bunch of pictures together. And she said, "You know, that's so cool because none of the other artists,
None of the other
blah, blah,
artists do
blah,
it. That's what I mean by your connection to the people.
and that's the part that pisses me off with some of the not this lineup per se, but with other artists. You know, when you came into this to entertain. You know, you came into this for the music, for your craft, for your talent. But you also came into this and you are expecting the people to like what you're doing and how you're doing it. For you to have that type of relationship with them, you have to create a social butterfly system.
You have to give as well.
You have to be a social butterfly. You cannot be a singer, model, dancer, DJ, and be so to the world. You have to be open, you know.
Yeah, you can't just take from them.
You can't just come and ask me any crazy shit. That's, you know, but I talk to anybody.
Right. I've seen it.
I talk to everybody.
I've seen it.
And I'll treat you like I know you. This way you can never say, "Oh, este se cree que es una mierda grande." No. My name is Anthony Quiñones. I'm a regular man. Right now, I'm Anthony Quiñones. I'm Boriqua Posse when they cast me a mic and I hear that music. That's the only time I'm that. So I tell people all the time, if you see me in Walmart, approach me. Because I'm probably bored anyway. I want to talk some shit to somebody anyway. I always want to talk. So,
a man of the people.
Yes.
Shout out to that,
Yes.
my brother.
Yes.
Thank you, my brother, for
the mayor.
coming through today. We look forward to many more shows coming up. November 6th at the War Room in the Bronx.
Yes.
Comedy show plus performances. New music coming soon. More shows coming soon. More life. More love.
yes. And for all you people out there that don't have me, I'm on Instagram as Boriqua Posse. I'm on TikTok as Boriqua Posse. On Facebook, Anthony Quiñones as Boriqua Posse.
Absolutely. Shout out to that. Let's fade out with some Boriqua Posse. What the hell is this? I got some Mexican fucking cowboy music on my
Oh, shit.
They're not ready for that out there. They're not ready for my Mexican cowboy
No,
tunes.
they're not ready for that. Those Mexican songs are so depressing.
Yo.
Hoy me morí, mañana me despierto. What the fuck?
Do you have that? Here it is. Let's fade out with this, Brother F. This is called Raise the Glass as we celebrate life, as we celebrate success, surviving the bad times. Bad, crazy family, I love you. Friends, the hood. Put your glass up. Anthony, thank you, brother. Raise your glass and love life. GAHHDcast 192. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. And we out of here.
Salute.